Good morning, Galaxy A21. Can you tell me what your name is, please?
Oh, I'm very sorry. I didn't know I was actually in here already.
That's okay. I pulled you in so I could find out who you are and relabel you for the judge.
Oh, okay. My name is Stefan Grabitz.
Spell that last name.
Grabetz.
And what time are you scheduled for?
9 o'clock, I believe.
I got you right here.
Nope, 9:50 a.m. Yep. I was just trying to get on nice and early, make
That's
sure this
okay.
worked.
You know what?
Yeah,
Just hang in
I have
there.
a lot on my phone.
No, that's okay. Just hang in there because we've got you in. As soon as we get the prosecutor in, we can deal with it now instead of waiting. Okay?
Okay. Yeah,
And then
sounds great.
You'll be able to get in and get out.
Know what I got to do? Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room until we get our prosecutor, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stefan Grabitz. It's under 950. Grabetz. Oh, that's right. She puts please in, doesn't she?
Got him.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Grabitz.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Grabitz, the prosecutor has made a plea offer on these files. You've got operating with a blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more, which is punishable by up to 1 year, up to $1,000 fines plus court cost. You're also charged with operating while intoxicated, which is up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court cost. And you're charged with drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied, which is up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court cost. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
So the prosecutor has made the offer. If you plead to operating while visibly impaired, which is up to $300 fines plus court costs, up to 93 days in jail, then all three of the original charges that were issued on December 14, 2020 would be dismissed. Do you understand the offer, sir?
Yes, sir.
And are you prepared today to go forward without benefit of an attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right. And do you have enough information to make a decision on that offer?
Yes, sir.
What do you want to do?
I'll like to take the deal that the judge is offering me.
Okay. All right. So did you operate a vehicle in Huron Township on December 14, 2020?
Yes, a moped.
I'm sorry?
A scooter, yes.
Okay. And prior to operating that vehicle, did you consume some alcohol?
Yes, sir.
And did you take a breath test or a blood test, you know?
I believe they took my blood at the hospital. I did not
Okay.
take a breath test.
All right. Did anybody ever tell you what the blood results were?
No, not until they came back and the officer himself actually came back and told me that they actually
Okay.
did a blood test.
Right. And they told you the number at that point?
I don't think he did actually. He just told
Okay.
me that they did do one and I should probably get into the local and find out the police reports and stuff before
Right.
I have this court meeting.
Right.
But he was such a cool guy. He helped me out a lot. I'm not going to
Okay.
argue with anything he says. So,
Okay. All right. So would you agree with me? If you don't know the number, we can get to it another way probably. Would you agree with me looking back on it today, looking back to December 14th, was your ability to operate that moped visibly impaired due to your consumption of alcohol?
yeah, I'd have
Other
to
wor-
say so.
Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, how old's your baby?
She's gonna be 3 soon.
Okay, would you want me to get on my moped, having had what you had to drink, and take your 3-year-old for a ride?
No.
Why?
Well, I mean, I was by myself. I'm never riding around with a kid, you know, but it's not, it wasn't safe for any kind of amount of alcohol if you had a kid with you.
Okay, well, but my point is, you were not as good a driver on the 14th as you would have been had you not drank. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, then that was impaired. I just need to have a factual basis to
Yes.
accept your plea.
Yes.
Understood? All right,
Yes.
so I've accepted your plea to the added charge. I'm dismissing all 3 of the original charges. So the next step in the proceedings, I'm going to confirm some information with you, but the next step in the proceedings, I'm going to refer your file to the probation department, and they're going to reach out to you and they're going to schedule a Zoom interview. Based on that interview, the probation officer is going to put together a report and a recommendation for sentencing. You'll get a look at that report. I'll look at that report, and then you and I will meet again for discussion. And at that point, I'll decide what your sentence terms will be. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So confirming, I've got you on Bordeaux. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How about a phone number?
1734-629-6311.
All right. And do you have an email address you'll share?
Yes, it is NCE student Grabbetz, my last name, GRABETZ @gmail.com.
All right. Are you working?
No, I'm currently unemployed, and I'm
Okay.
still actually working through some physical treatment to get my hand back working after that motorcycle accident.
Okay.
It's been pretty rough, but I'm doing a lot better.
Good. Good. All right.
Literally,
I'm
I'm literally just now about to get back to work because my hand's been it don't work as well because the
Yep.
tendons.
Yep.
But I'm just now about to get back to work.
And where's that going to be at?
I used to run for telecommunications. It was a
Okay.
communications company. We ran fiber optic in the poles
Yep.
and stuff.
So you're going back with them?
If they're still doing good, yes. But if not, I
Okay.
might have to just go to Comcast or somebody that pays a little better, you know?
Yeah, you're going to stay in the same industry. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put you on a personal bond, Mr. Gabbetz. 2 conditions. Number 1, that you cooperate with the probation department so we can move this file along. Second condition is I don't want you to purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance, that includes alcohol and marijuana, unless you've got a doctor's prescription. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate bond?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about anything we've done?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're all set. You'll be hearing from our probation department.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marcia Kirk, are you there?
She's not connected.
I like that color on that wall.
I do too. That's the color of my living room and dining room. I'm sending her another chat. He's not connected either.
It'll be that kind of day.
Yep. I see part of him. Here he is. I'm just going to bump Marcia Kirk out.
Fine.
She won't come to the screen, so.
Let me know if you want to get connected.
He keeps popping in with video, but he can't connect his audio.
I think the air's on in here. I can hear it blowing. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And can I ask who you are? You don't look like a Nicole.
Aaron Rogers.
Aaron Rogers. What time were you scheduled to appear? Do you know?
9.
At when?
9.
Aha, gotcha. There, got you renamed. Okay, I'm going to put you back into the waiting room for just a few minutes, okay? And just make sure you stay connected. All right? Thank you.
You.
Good morning, Mr. Zelenak. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. Good morning. Whom am I speaking with? Oh, Paula. Wow, Paula. You know, it has been forever. Absolutely forever. I'm going to straighten my hair up as I'm looking in the mirror here at you. Thank you.
Oh. You look
Paula, it has been deep sadness not seeing people doing things like this. And I'm sure maybe in this time we've all kind of like been petrified. We look the same, like petrified wood, and we come out, we look the same when we get out or something. I don't know, but gosh.
I know the judge doesn't like it either. I'll tell you. I really don't care for it either, but you know, you do what you're supposed to do for your, you know.
You've gotten the shot, I presume, by now.
I'm sorry?
You got the vaccine, I presume, by now.
No.
No. Are you going to get it?
I at this point, no. I'm
Okay.
I don't know. There's something inside of me telling me not to get it.
Because I got the Pfizer one and I didn't have any problems with it, just little sweats one night.
My son got the Johnson one, the one-shot one.
Yeah.
He works for the city of Dearborn, and he works in the powerhouse there. And so he went over and they gave it to him right away. My daughter-in-law got the Pfizer, and I just have it. A lot of the attorneys have just been telling me horror stories about theirs.
Well,
Yeah.
I had no problem. My daughter, the twins both got theirs. And the youngest one got his first one the other day down at Ford Field. But they were so petrified or paranoid over the pandemic, they didn't go anywhere for the whole year. And this has given them a little bit of looseness. So you have to be in your own comfort level. But I keep hearing horror stories, which is why I made sure I got mine right away. Plus, I like to travel, and it gives you an extra edge when you travel.
Yeah, it does.
So
I've been very lucky. Well, you know, the judge got COVID already a couple of months ago.
Judge Oakley did?
Yes.
Goodness, how did it affect him?
He got pretty sick. His wife did too, you know, Suzanne.
Yes.
They got really sick. And he was out, you know, of course, for the 14 days at least. So, but I know he said it was like having a super giant cold. But he was against the shot too, so.
Well, he won't be able to get it for a while, having just had it 2 months ago anyways. But I've had people who have had the worst things, and of course, close friends who have died from it. So, you know, I wasn't taking any chances. You have to be in your individual comfort zone with this.
Yeah.
If you don't have any other comorbidity issues, you really don't have to worry. But I know people who have had nothing wrong. A guy who worked at the sheriff's department ended up getting what they call that ground glass syndrome in his lungs, where he's having trouble breathing now. He's been back to work for over a year. So
Wow.
you never know. I mean, everybody's different. It affects each person differently. And you hear about these guys with tinnitus and all this other stuff. So we'll stay healthy. I hope and trust someday we'll be all together again, like that song by the Supremes, you know.
There you go.
Now I may have a plea worked out. Do I have it with you today?
Actually, yeah, Judge Oakley is covering Judge Martin's docket today. Is your client going to check in, or?
He better check in. I'm ready. I think Caitlin wrote up a plea already for me. She should have given me an allowing.
It looks like she did all of them. So she's.
I'm gonna text this guy and tell him to get in right now.
Yeah, and I'll let Judge know we got you and you're bringing your client. Yes,
because I want to get this over with. Mostly because I'll tell you, this is a sad story. His Father was a good friend of mine, Ann of Curtis Smith, a Mexican immigrant that we always helped out. Father died tragically of a sudden heart attack. And I was there when this kid was born. And he's a good kid. He means well. He's got a baby, but he's gone the way of all these kids who just think they know everything, even on this case here. Just foolishness, you know, and sign in now. I'm telling him, sign in. Thank you for your patience with me. But gosh, I really miss seeing you guys. And tell the judge if you ever want.
Too. You and
are you in the new
Jones and nope, we're not in the new building yet. They keep saying within the next few weeks, but
all right. Judge Oakley still chief judge?
Yes.
Good. Well,
and as you know,
I could just drive out and bring you donuts and visit.
Oh, you don't even have to bring donuts. Just come and visit.
Okay, but I mean, I would bring donuts anyways. You know that. And Al's still working with you?
He's a magistrate, and he is over security.
Well, that's good. Something. I'm not sure I feel good about that, Al being in charge of security, but I'm texting him your number.
He has been forever.
I know. I'm just kidding. Just we're personal friends. That's why. But I miss seeing Al too. And he every once in a while I get through to him there. Like I just sent a new appearance in on somebody. Sometimes I can't. And it's all you do, whatever you got to do. But I just tell Judge Oakley one day when he says I can ride out there, it'll be a nice ride to drive by the airport and dream of flying again. And I'll drop some donuts and just walk in. And I know that you're not supposed to do that stuff, but if I could just come in and say hello and be friends.
There, because we do miss you too.
Yes, well, that's nice to hear. It's good being missed,
Yeah, you and we got our favorites, and you're on the list. I shouldn't say that.
I'm glad I'm on a good list for once, Paula. That means a lot to me. And I'm sure your son hasn't played in his band, and I haven't played in over a year now. I mean, it's just like devastating to everything else you do for fun.
Well, he hasn't played in his band. He has now. I'm a grandma now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I waited long enough. The baby, or the little guy, my grandson won't be 2 until August, but then we have a little girl coming, and she's due April 22nd. So he's been pretty busy that way.
Oh, well, there's your angel. Oh my gosh. That of course you met my daughter, the older twin, and it ends up she's still at home. She hasn't dated in over a year. I feel so bad for her, but I've been using her to prosecute over in Southgate. She's been helping Matt Zick out in Taylor, and she's still doing some Pat stuff, but the daughter is just like the angel of the family. Oh my gosh. You're going to have a great time. It's going to be wonderful.
Okay. Judge is going to be coming on. Yeah, that's what I always, my little grandson just makes my heart so happy. I'm not kidding. And then the judge's granddaughter is only 20 days younger than my grandson.
Oh, you guys could go in on the bulk diaper purchases then.
Oh, I'll tell you, I got to tell you, Suzanne is a blast to be a grandma with. We don't consider it bragging. We consider it progress reports.
That's good. That's a good way to look at it. Well, you tell your son it's the equivalent of having twins now. He's going to feel like he had twins. So
it's pretty much the way she's looking at it too.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fun. Now, I think my guy is in. He said that he's logged in.
Is it Jesse Taylor? No, we've only got Jesse Taylor and Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to
tell him hurry. I just sent him the number 580-707-8882. That's the number I sent him. He said he's in. It should be under Vasquez. I hope Vasquez Aragon.
It shows that on the docket, but he's not in.
He just came in.
Oh, good.
There he is.
Oh, Judge Oakley.
Good morning, Edge.
Here he is. And he's connected.
All right, counsel, your appearance for Mr. Vasquez.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Zelenak, P27611, attorney for the defendant who's present. Ask the court to proceed via Zoom. Thank you, Your Honor. Give your name, sir, to the judge.
Hector Vasquez, Aragon.
All right, good morning, man. So, Mr. Zelenak, the prosecutor left a plea offer in the file. The plea offer is if the defendant pleads to allow unlicensed driver to drive on that date, then both the original charges would be dismissed. So no points, no license sanctions.
How can I say no, Your Honor? We've discussed it. We agree.
I thought it was a good one. All right.
I offer you my approval to put an X for my signature and for the defendant, Your Honor. We agree
All
with
right.
that plea. He's prepared to plead at this time.
All
And he
right.
has applied for the new license, Your Honor.
Awesome. Sir, do you understand that this added charge carries a possible penalty up to $500 fines, up to 90 days in jail? Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
And you've obviously talked to Mr. Zelnick. You understand your rights and options.
Yes.
And understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to this charge today?
Yes, I am.
And sir, are you doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
All right. Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on September 27, 20?
Yes.
And did you have a valid license at that time?
No.
I'll accept your plea to the added charge. I'll dismiss both the original charges. We've got your address on Ruth Street. Is that a good address?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about a phone number?
313-477-9216.
9216. Thank you. And are you working, sir?
Yeah, I'm working. I'm on disability for 2 months because of a car accident.
Okay. Who do you work for?
Amazon.
Okay. All right. And counsel, what's the status of his license then? He's just waiting to get it?
Yes, Your Honor, he's cleared all of his suspensions. Presumably, he's corresponded with Secretary of State. He's done this on his own and indicated that he's waiting for written confirmation. Apparently,
Good.
the offices are closed to get in. So
Yeah. Hard to get anything done with them. All right, sir. Fines and costs on your file, $500. I can set you up with a monthly payment plan, or I can just give you a due date if you can do it within 30 days.
You can just give me a due date.
All right, so just pay it within 30 days?
Yeah, I will.
now he can go
questions?
online and pay by credit card, can't he, Your Honor?
He can, but if he does that, it's going to cost him probably at least 50 or 60 bucks more for the vendor fees. We
Just make a money
do
order
have-
for the.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we've got a Dropbox. You can drop a money order or a personal check in the Dropbox. That's open 24/7. You can mail us payment, or you can actually do a face-to-face with cash if you want to, as long as you're here between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, any questions, sir?
Nope.
Counsel, always a pleasure. Enjoy your
Always
day.
a pleasure, Judge. Thank you. Have a good day. We're going to sign off now. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
You're
Your Honor.
welcome.
Aaron Rodgers, it does not have an attorney, and he checked in. Let me find him.
Yeah, bring him in.
He's on the first page at 9. Can I
Thanks.
bring Jonathan Jones in real quick?
Oh, sure. I didn't see him there.
Yeah, he has a client that's on the docket 2 times. Evidently, there was an error
What's the
made.
name?
His client's name is Christopher Hotz. Good morning, Mr. Jones. You're not connected.
I've only got one file for Hots, Paula.
There should be only one. They scheduled him for more than one time, one at a time. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
Good morning, Ms. Paula, and good morning, Judge Oakley.
Good morning.
How are you guys?
Good,
Great.
thank you.
Everything's good,
Good.
Jonathan.
Amen. I'm so happy to hear that.
Jonathan, I wasn't sure what time you were going to appear because they put you on the docket 2 different times. Is your client going to call in now, or are you going to move?
Yeah, and I can call Chris and tell him to join it at any time. Unfortunately, we're not going to do a whole hell of a lot this morning on him. Do you have any update or news on Mr. Rice?
Mr. Rice.
Your response indicates you're not familiar. I got a guy who has a warrant on a 20 case there and was picked up recently. And we talked to administration yesterday, who expected that he would be video arraigned at some point this morning, but they didn't tell us when, which is okay. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but it doesn't look like you've been notified about that.
Give me a minute and I'll make a phone call and see if I can give you any information.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going anywhere, but unfortunately, the city attorney and I have different views on what's appropriate for Mr. Hart. So we're probably gonna have to set this down, kick it down the road. But I'll call him right now and get him signed in so we can get rid of
Okay,
it.
that'd be great.
All right, thanks, you guys. I'm just gonna mute Paula, but I'm here if you need me.
Yes, that's fine. I'm watching you.
Jonathan, I just talked to the arraignment clerk and she doesn't know anything about a Rice. So who'd you talk to yesterday?
I don't remember the young lady's name, but we'll figure it out. She said
Okay.
she would call me. He's at DDC as far as I know. So whenever they get,
All right.
you know,
so-
it's an evolving door of arraignments in the world we live in. All right.
Okay.
All
So right now we're waiting for your guy to join us, Hots.
Yeah, I'll call Chris right now.
That's
Thanks.
fine. Thank you.
Can we bring in the iPhone and find out who it is?
Just did.
You think too much alike, Judge.
Yep.
I'll chatter.
I'm going to bring Rogers in while you're waiting for her to respond.
Okay. He was our first one.
Good morning, Mr. Rogers. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Rogers, I've got a file from February 17, 2020. The charges drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied. That is a misdemeanor. It carries a possible penalty up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. If I accept a guilty plea from you to that charge, that goes on your record with Secretary of State where they're going to assess 2 points and they may even resuspend you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So the prosecutors made an offer. If you plead guilty to the charge of allow unlicensed driver to operate your vehicle, at that point, it's still up to $500 fines plus court costs, still up to 90 days in jail, no points, no license sanctions. Still a misdemeanor, but it doesn't have any points or license sanctions. Do you understand the offer that's been made?
Yes, yes,
All right. And are you prepared today to go forward without benefit of an attorney?
yes,
And do you have enough information to make a decision on that offer?
yes.
What would you like to do today, sir?
I will accept it.
All right. And is it true that you drove a vehicle in Huron Township on February 17?
Yes,
And at that time, did you have a valid license?
I did not.
I can accept your plea to the added charge. I'll dismiss the original. We're showing your address on Tilford, correct?
Correct.
And phone number for you is 773-2140.
Yes.
And what's the status of your driving license now?
It is currently reinstated.
Valid.
Completely valid. Yes.
Awesome. And are you working?
Yeah. Yes.
Where do you work and how long have you been there?
Right now I'm with a company in Detroit on a 20-story building going up.
What do you do? Steel work? What do you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Rod buster.
All right. How long you been in the union?
I just got in last year. That's what
Awesome.
that's why I'm pushing to get my license back and all
Sure.
this taken
You
care of.
can actually get more work then.
Yes.
All right. All right. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you, sir?
I mean, just that I'm trying. I know my past is not the greatest, but I am trying like to get it right so I can
Okay.
forward.
All right. So the total on your file, $550. I can just tell you to pay that within 30 days, or I'll set you up with a monthly payment plan, whatever works for you.
Probably a monthly payment plan right now.
How much can you pay every month?
150.
Let's set it at $100. That'll give you some wiggle room. You can always pay extra and we'll always take it early.
Okay.
So if we're going to start at least $100 per month, if I tell you to start that on or before the 16th of April, does that give you enough time?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck to you. Have a nice day.
You too.
Thanks.
Ma'am, can you tell me what your name is, please? You need to unmute your phone.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. Can you tell me what your name is, please?
Vanessa Raya?
And is that Rhea Vega?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room for just a few minutes until we get to you. I just renamed you, okay?
Good morning. Are you Chris Hotz?
Yes, I am.
All right. Give me just a minute.
No problem.
Vanessa, please make sure you stay connected, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, there we go.
Good morning, Ms. Villamizar. How are you?
Good morning, good, and you?
Excellent. Give me a name for the file that you're calling in on, please.
Rodolfo Herrera Lopez.
Okay, we do not
Judge,
have
I'm
that
sorry about
person.
that.
We do not have that person in our waiting room yet.
Okay,
Paula, can you make a note of that?
Yeah, I just did, and we do have his attorney in there.
Okay, great. All right, we'll get you back in just a minute, ma'am.
okay.
Who's his attorney, Paula?
El Sayed, Moses
Okay.
El Sayed.
All right, let's take care of Mr. Jones' file, and then we'll bring that attorney in. Maybe he's got the client with him.
Thank you.
Mr. Jones, your appearance for Mr. Hotz, please.
Good morning to you and your incredible, unparalleled staff. I'm Jonathan Jones. I represent the handsome young man in the glasses, Mr. Hatz. We're here for a pre-trial. We're nowhere near resolution. So whatever the
Okay.
court's pleasure, if you want to give us a control date, you want to put it on the trial docket, whatever you want to
Sure.
do, we'll go with it.
Sure. All right. Just so you know, there is an offer in the file. I'm assuming you've had that conversation already, but
Yeah,
just to let you know,
absolutely.
there's
Yeah.
an impaired offer on the table.
Yeah,
Okay.
just in clear transparency, because this won't be a situation where you'll be the fact finder. It's a question about script drugs and whether or not impairment can be
Okay.
established. Yeah.
All right. So I can give you a May 13 or a May 27 date.
You pick whatever day is more convenient for you.
Okay. May 13. Let's set that at 9 a.m. if that works for you two fellas.
Sure.
All right. Bond will be continued.
Same
Mr.
Zoom
Hotz?
unless we're told otherwise.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Paula, Judge, please stay safe. It's always great to see your charming faces.
You
Same
too.
here.
All
Have
right,
a good
take
day,
care, y'all.
gentlemen.
Thanks.
Paul, if you bring that other attorney in, please.
Okay, I'll help you out, mister.
And I already forgot the client's name though. Was it
Um,
Lopez?
Herrera Lopez.
Yep. You know what time it was scheduled?
Yeah, it's scheduled at 9
Oh, I
a.m.
found it. Yeah. Pass.
Good morning, Mr. El Sayed. How are you today?
Well, how are you?
Good. I think we may have your client in. He has it in as usuario de Zoom. If he
Let's
needs
find out.
if he needs an interpreter, I'm assuming.
Yep. Well, that's user of Zoom, so that's probably him. I'm bringing the
Yeah.
interpreter back in too. Good
That's
morning,
him.
counsel.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. That's your guy in the red coat?
That is, yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
So if I could speak to him with the interpreter before the hearing,
Sure. You want a breakout room with all three of you? We can do that.
that'd be great. Thank you.
I just,
If you'll put the three of them in a breakout. Counsel, just so you know, and maybe you already know this, but the prosecutor left an offer in the file. If your guy pleads to careless, the original misdemeanor gets dismissed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
we have Jesse Taylor in there, Judge. Royce Noonley is his attorney. And he's up at 9:10.
All right, we're just waiting for Royce then.
He just checked in.
All right.
I'm bringing him in with Jesse.
Yeah, trying to find the file. Paula, did you find, good morning, Mr. Nunley. Paula, did you find Vanessa on the docket so I can find her name?
Yes, she's at 9:10. Her last name is Rhea-Vega.
Yep.
And Mr. Taylor is connected, Judge.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Nunley. Your appearance for Mr. Taylor.
Royce Nunley on behalf of the defendant.
All right, gentlemen, we have a file today from April 8, 2020. The charge is assault or assault and battery. I've got a piece of paper in the file that the prosecution is dismissing this because the complainant is not cooperating. I'm assuming that's okay with you fellas.
No objection.
I don't see any bond on the file, so we're good to go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm
So
sorry, Judge, that was dismissed.
Correct.
Thank you.
this was supposed to be up in front of Judge Martin, and I used her Zoom thing. I got
Correct.
one more.
I'm just covering her docket.
Okay, I have one more coming up in 10 minutes that there's a motion on, so,
What's the name?
Terry Morgan.
Morgan?
Did you think you were on the Twilight Zone, Royce?
I did. I was triple checking the Zoom ID, figured I just typed in the wrong.
All right, Mr. Taylor, you're all set.
Thank you.
So let's bring Aristo 5 in, find out who they are.
They're on their way in. Do you know who our person is today, Royce?
I can look for you.
Pardon?
I can look for you. Let's see.
Paul, I'm having trouble finding a Herrera Vega file.
It's Raya.
Oh, there we
R-A-Y.
go. There we go. Yeah.
It looks individual. Oh, wait, individual. It looks like Leanna is the person.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm surprised she's not in yet. She's usually right there. I'm trying to get Aristo 5 to connect. Chatting with him. Trying to
All right,
find-
Miss Raya Vega, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, good morning again. So
Morning.
I've got 3 files here from December 9, 2020. I've got 2 civil infractions, a speeding ticket, and a no proof insurance. And then I've got a misdemeanor drove while license not valid or improper license. That is a misdemeanor, up to 90 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. You understand that?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for my inter.
Oh, you got interpreter? Do
Yeah.
you know who that is?
No, I don't know the name.
Okay, well, I'm assuming the language is Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got another Spanish language, or I've got a Spanish language interpreter right now working on another file, so we can probably press her into service to help you out.
Okay.
So we'll put you back in the waiting room for now.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, we're gonna leave you there and mute you. Aristo 5, what's your name, please?
It's not connecting, Judge. I've sent 3 chat messages.
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure that's my guy. That's Terry Morgan. I just called him. I can call him again and give him some instructions.
Sure.
Like, what do I tell him? What's the problem? Is just audio's not connecting?
Yeah,
Want to swipe his screen to the left, and that could connect his audio.
Okay, swipe the screen to the left.
and if we need to, we can put him on speakerphone probably. Paul, I'm gonna catch up on this motion for Morgan.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Aristo 5. Can you give me your name, please?
Terry Morgan.
Okay, hang on just a second, and we'll be right with you.
Yes, thank you.
Is it done? Hold on.
Miss Philip
No,
Mazar,
Yes, ma'am.
Put it back in front of him.
we do have another person here who needs an interpreter, Vanessa
Okay.
Rea Vega.
Okay.
So when you're finished, if you would not hang up,
Sí, yo no veo nada, pero.
thank you.
Okay. If I can only have afterwards her case number so I can pass it over to the agency.
Oh, you can't handle it?
I can. So I just at the end, I just grab. I think it's for billing issues that happened to in another court, and I was requested to get the case number, all the case numbers that I interpreted for.
I can give you that right now while
Okay.
we're waiting for the judge.
Okay.
The case number for Miss Rea Vega is going to be 20 HR 19224 A, B, and C.
Okay.
And do you need the case number for Mr. Herrera Lopez?
No, that one I have.
Okay, thank you so very much for your help.
You're welcome.
Just a minute and I'll let Judge know everyone's here.
Okay.
You can.
Good morning, Caitlin.
Good morning. Sorry, I was told to use Judge Oakley's Zoom ID.
Oh, no, I don't. We're covering Judge Martin's and everybody was notified on their notices with her ID. So
Okay, I got confused. Sorry about that.
that's okay. That's okay. We're all here now. So, all right, hang on. Judge will be right in.
Wonderful.
Counsel, are we ready on the Herrera Lopez file?
Yes, sir, we are.
And what are we doing?
He's going to plead responsible to the amended charge of careless driving.
Okay. Ms. Villamazar, if you would. Mr. Lopez, are you pleading responsible to careless driving?
Señor López está declarando culpable de manejar descuidadamente.
Sí.
Yes.
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Y lo está haciendo libremente y voluntariamente.
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, are you satisfied?
Satisfied. Thank you.
I'll dismiss the original charge.
Desestimo el cargo original.
Sir, do you live on Bordeaux and Romulus?
Señor, ¿usted vive en Bordeaux, en Rómulos?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Counsel, what should I consider before I set fines and costs on the careless?
Your Honor, just that his immigration status does not allow him to work in a manner where he makes a lot of money. So I would just ask for minimal fines and costs.
Okay, and I'll work with him on a payment plan.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lopez, $200.
Señor López, $200.
Can you pay that within
Está bien.
30 days, or would you like to set up a monthly payment plan?
¿Puede pagar eso en 30 días o quiere establecer un plan de pagos mensuales?
Lo voy a pagar.
I'm gonna pay it.
Within 30 days, sir?
¿En 30 días, dentro de los 30 días, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, counsel. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Judge. You
Ms.
too.
Villamazar, we're gonna put you in a breakout room with another young lady.
Okay.
If you could let her know. Well, actually, you know what? I'll just put you in a breakout room so you can just visit with her for a minute, get to know her, and then I'll bring you back as soon as I can and explain what's going on with the file.
Okay.
Paula, can you do that?
I'm doing it right now, sir. Okay, we have a Mr. Ryan in the waiting room. He's the attorney for Harold Greenberg. He has his client with him in his office.
Yeah, let's take care of the Morgan matter. The client's name was Greenberg on that other one, Paula?
Yes, sir.
Time?
At 9
o'clock.
o'clock.
Yep. All right, appearances for the People versus Morgan.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
All right.
First
Your
name,
voice is like going through a filter this morning. You
Mine
notice that,
is?
Paula?
Yeah, it makes you sound like you're using a weird, like a synthesizer.
Take a pen.
All right, so Ms. Foley Carter, your delay was very fortuitous because it gave me a chance to catch up. I got to read both motions and briefs. So I'm at least caught up with the paperwork on this argument. Mr. Nunley, anything to add to your pleadings?
Just the Reader's Digest version of
Sure.
it. The law is clear that after 18 months, prejudice shifts, or the burden shifts rather to the prosecution. They have to show that Mr. Morgan was not prejudiced. It doesn't matter what Mr. Morgan, alleges or what he, claims, may have prejudiced him. It's up to the prosecution now to show that he hasn't been prejudiced. Now, this is a pretty extreme case of a speedy trial. It's over 4 years. The guy spent a year in jail during this time, which all would have been run concurrently. So even if he would have got sentenced to the max, which I think it's an OWI first, he could have served the entire sentence. He actually did more than he had to, because the burden is on the state to bring somebody to trial. The burden is not on a defendant to bring themselves to trial. But he wrote letters and he said, hey, let me plea by mail. I think what it sounds like, the prosecution at the time was like, okay, that's fine. But Judge Parrott, for whatever reason, said that's not going to happen. Okay, well, if he's not going to accept his plea by mail, what better time for the prosecution to bring him to trial? They know exactly where he is. He's in the clink, right? And all they need to do is make a phone call to get him there. Furthermore, even if, say, they let the year go and they decided not to bring him forward, well, for the next 3 years, he was on probation, and there were several probation violations from him just missing court dates where they issued bench warrants. They'd pick him up on the bench warrants. And as this court is aware, when somebody's picked up on a bench warrant, then they check for other warrants. So we have to assume that these other jurisdictions would have been contacted and said, hey, we've got a guy. Do you want to come pick him up? Nothing ever happened like that. Now, so much time has passed. I don't think that it's reasonable to assume that the officers, anybody involved in the arrest, are going to have clear memories about this arrest. The last time I did an evidentiary hearing on one of these matters, I think the officer testified that, they do somewhere upwards of like 80 to 100 of these sorts of stops, like a month. It was some crazy amount. And to expect an officer to remember 4 years ago this particular offense, they didn't have body cam, so we can't rely on that. There's no dash cam, there's no booking room video. So did they wait the 15 minutes in between, times for the data master blow? How were the field sobriety tests? When was the last time they calibrated the data master before administering his test? We're not going to know these things. And the law in Barker, there's two types of prejudice: prejudice to the person, prejudice to the case. We've got both. Prejudice to the person, and although it's not his burden now to show that he's been prejudiced, even that prejudice to the person, because he spent a year in jail while this was pending. So he could have served the max and rode off into the sunset once he got out. Prejudice to the case because it's 4 years old. If we were to move forward with this case and go to trial, it would be conviction by police report, because the memory is not going to be there. So the officer is going to review the police report and say, oh, this is what happened. We don't have nothing else to rely on. No videos at all. Further, when he got pulled over, he made like a phone call, I think, when he was on the side of the road. I think that person is no longer in contact with him. He's changed his phone number several times since then. There's no cell phone records available. Anyway, I said I'd give you the Reader's Digest argument, but I feel like now I'm just kind of regurgitating what's in the motion in the brief. There's 4 factors that the court's got to consider. The length of the delay, over 18 months, goes to the prosecutor. The reason for the delay, well, I mean, we would argue that the entire reason for the delay would be attributed to the prosecution, because they've had every chance. The assertion of the right, he was never arraigned, so you can't assert your right to a speedy trial before you get arraigned on something. And then the reason for the delay. So we think that all four of these factors weigh heavily in his favors. 4 years have passed. We would ask this court to dismiss.
All right. Madam Prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor. The length of delay, as you know, is one of 4 factors. The others, especially the reason for the delay, Mr. Morgan was told by Judge Parrott, it was a court order to present himself after he had been incarcerated for the year. Mr. Morgan had failed to do that. Instead, he called the court 3.5 years later. That is entirely his fault. I don't understand how that could be interpreted as the township's fault. Again, there's no evidence that the Huron Township was ever notified by Third Circuit that Mr. Morgan had any contact with them or anything like that. The assertion of right, again, he has gone 4 or 5 years without asserting any sort of right until now. He decides to join us and assert this right. Again, it kind of shifts to him. In addition, the prejudice to person, while he was incarcerated, it wasn't on this ticket. He was not waiting for trial on this specific case. He had gone months, years, not notifying the court about going to trial or any sort of presenting himself to this court for this specific case. And prejudice to the defense in the motion, there are no specific reasons that he is prejudiced in any way by preparing or presenting his defense as we go forward. We ask that you deny this as there is no speedy trial violation. Mr. Morgan is entirely at fault for the length of this delay.
Is there any case law? I'm going to give you a chance to respond in just a minute, Mr. Nunley. Is there any case law that says that the defendant has any obligation to contact anybody?
No, Your Honor, but he was court ordered to present himself by Judge Parrott.
All right, so maybe he's in contempt of court on that, but how's that affect his right to a speedy trial?
Your Honor, the length of the reasons for the delay are entirely his fault.
Mr. Nunley?
So in Barker v. Wingo, I'm going to quote it. A defendant has no duty to bring himself to trial, semicolon. The state has that duty. Clearly, United States Supreme Court lays it out there that a defendant doesn't have to turn himself in. The state wants to prosecute him. The state has to use reasonable diligence. So if somebody, flies a coop and goes to Mexico, okay, you don't got to go down there and chase them. But if they're sitting in jail, if they get out of jail and then they keep getting bench warrants issued and then brought in on these probation violations, then they have a duty to do something. Madam Prosecutor said, well, there's no evidence that Huron Township was notified. Well, guess what? The burden is shifted to the prosecutor. We don't have to bring evidence. We don't have to say, look, officer so-and-so called this officer at Huron Township. Now, because it's a delay of more than 18 months, the prosecution has to show that. So I think that the prosecutor is wrongly trying to leave the burden onto Mr. Morgan. She says, oh, well, he hasn't been prejudiced. Well, I mean, they haven't showed us any reason why he has not. So I think the prosecutor or the prosecution fails. They don't meet the burden. In this case, it's got to be dismissed.
All right, thank you both. Case dismissed.
Thanks, Judge.
Mr. Nunley, do you have anything else this morning?
No, I have something, but I think it's in front of Green at like noon, so I'm good with you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Foley, you did a great job with plea agreements in the files. Are you going to hang out with us in case we need you, or how you want to do that?
Hang out, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks. Paula, let's bring the ladies in from the breakout room on Rhea Vega, and then we'll do Mr. Ryan and Mr. Greenberg.
Okay. And they're back.
Okay. Ms. Villamazar, I missed this earlier. Shame on me, but would you raise your right hand? Would you swear or affirm to accurately translate between Spanish and English and Spanish so that myself and Miss Rhea Vega can discuss her files?
I do.
All right. Ms. Rhea Vega, you have 3 files, a speeding ticket, civil infraction, a no proof of insurance, civil infraction, and a misdemeanor drove while license not valid.
Señora Reya Vega, usted tiene 3 expedientes: exceso de velocidad, manejar con la licencia expirada y no aseguranza. Sí, son infracciones civiles.
The misdemeanor is up to $500 fines plus court costs, up to 90 days in jail, and could result in a suspension period from the Secretary of State.
Un delito menor significa $500 de multas más costos de corte, hasta 90 días en la cárcel, y puede resultar que le suspendan la licencia por parte de la Secretaría de Estado.
The prosecutor has made an offer on the file. If you plead guilty to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle, then all 3 original charges would be dismissed.
La Fiscalía le ha hecho una oferta. Si usted acepta el cargo que se agrega, que es permitir a alguien que no tiene licencia manejar, se le borran los otros 3 cargos.
So if you take the plea, take the deal from the prosecutor, you would not have any points from the speeding ticket, and you would not have any resuspension from the original misdemeanor.
Si usted acepta la oferta de la fiscal, significa no puntos en el exceso de velocidad y no suspensión en la licencia, y se quitarían los cargos de delito menor.
Do you understand the offer made by the prosecutor?
¿Usted entiende la oferta hecha por la fiscal?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to an attorney?
¿Le gustaría proceder hoy sin un abogado o le gustaría proceder con un abogado?
Sin abogado está bien.
Without attorney is fine.
All right. Do you have enough information to make a decision on the offer?
¿Tiene información suficiente para tomar una decisión sobre la oferta?
No.
No.
You need more information? What do you have a question?
¿Necesita más información? ¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
Necesito un poco más de información para...
I need a little bit more of information.
Ask a question.
Haga la pregunta.
Sí. Como, ¿se puede explicar un poquito más sobre la oferta de...
Can you explain me a little bit more about the offer?
Yeah, the offer from the prosecutor will result in fines and costs only. There will not be any sanctions to your driving privileges.
La oferta de la fiscalía únicamente va a conllevar multas y costos. No hay sanciones ni suspensiones.
If these 3 original charges went on your record, there would be points assessed, and you're likely to be resuspended by the Secretary of State.
Si todos estos cargos fueran a su historial de conducción, significarían puntos y muy seguramente estaría resuspendida por parte de la Secretaría de Estado.
Do you understand that?
¿Usted entiende eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Does that help?
¿Eso le ayuda?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you make a decision now?
¿Puede tomar una decisión ahora?
Sí, voy a pagar la multa.
Yes, I'm going to pay the fine.
You're going to plead responsible to the added charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to operate. Is that correct?
Usted se va a declarar culpable al cargo agregado de permitir que alguien que no tiene licencia maneje.
¿Alguien que no tenga licencia?
Somebody that doesn't have a license.
Right. That's the deal from the prosecutor. Is that what you want to do, is take the deal?
Sí, esa es la oferta que le está haciendo la fiscal. Si usted quiere tomar la oferta.
Sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
All right. Did you drive a vehicle on December 9, 2020 in Huron Township?
¿Usted manejó un vehículo el diciembre 9 del 2020 en el condado de Huron?
El condado de...
Huron Township.
No.
No.
You weren't driving at Pennsylvania and Merriman Road?
¿Usted no estaba manejando en la Pennsylvania en la Merriman Road?
¿O es aquí en... ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Rómulos?
That's here in Romulus?
No, it's actually on the border of Romulus and Huron.
No, es la
Sí.
frontera entre Romulus y Huron.
Sí, sí, era ahí.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it was there.
And at that time, did you have a valid license?
En ese momento usted tenía una licencia válida?
No, ya se había expirado.
No, it was expired.
All right, I will accept the plea to the added charge and dismiss all 3 of the original charges.
Voy a aceptar la declaración en el cargo agregado y voy a desestimar los otros 3 cargos.
Okay.
Okay.
Bassett Road address, a good address for you?
Can you repeat the address, Your Honor?
3729 South Bassett.
372 South Bassett es la dirección correcta suya?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you have a phone number we can use?
¿Tiene un número de teléfono que podamos usar?
248
Mhm.
954-8017.
Interpreter needs repetition the phone number. It cut off a little bit. Can I ask for repetition?
Sure, go
¿Me
ahead and
puede
ask
dar
her.
tu número de nuevo? 248
954-8017.
248-954-8017.
8017.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you have to do to get your license back? What are you waiting for?
¿Qué tiene que hacer para poder tener su licencia de nuevo? ¿Qué está esperando?
La cita, como ahorita las están dando y están durando 4 semanas.
I'm waiting for the appointment. They're giving the appointment, but they're giving it out for 4 weeks or so.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Miss Rhea Vega, are you working? And if so, where at?
Señora Raya Vega, ¿usted está trabajando? Y si está trabajando, ¿en dónde?
Estaba trabajando, después de que me pararon ya no trabajé, como no tengo quien maneje, sí, como soy mamá soltera. Sí.
I was working, and after they pulled me over, I stopped working because I don't have anybody to drive me since I'm a single mom.
Okay, where was she working?
¿Dónde estaba trabajando?
Estaba trabajando en Penske, en Romulus.
I was working in Penske and Romulus.
Okay, all right. Fines and costs, $300.
Los costos son $300.
Can you pay that within 30 days?
¿Puede pagar eso dentro de 30 días?
Sí.
Yes.
No problem.
¿Sin problema?
Sí, sin ningún problema.
Yeah, without any problem.
Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No, hasta ahorita todo bien.
No, everything's fine.
All right. Ms. Villamazar, thank you for your help. You ladies enjoy your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Paula, let's bring in Greenberg, an attorney.
Okay, I'm going to bring in Leanna. She's as well. She is
That's
our
fine.
house counsel. So just so she knows, we know she's here.
Daphne?
Okay. Paul, I don't see Greenberg anywhere. Where's he at?
He told Heather that he was in his office.
No,
Mr. Ryan,
the
do you have
client.
Mr. Greenberg with you?
Yes, he's sitting
Oh,
right
okay.
next to
Here
me.
we go.
Okay.
Good
Thank
morning,
you, sir.
gentlemen. Counsel, your appearance for Mr. Greenberg.
Stephen Ryan appearing on behalf of the defendant.
All right. Good morning, gentlemen. Counsel, the prosecutors left a plea offer in the file. The offer is impaired and the original charge would be dismissed.
Well, I'll discuss it with my client, but
All right. You want to just mute yourself until you have that conversation. When you're ready to talk to me, give me a thumbs up and we'll get back on record.
did you hear what he said?
Paula, let's bring in,
We have
Leanne. Yeah, who was the first? Who's your client? Yep. Good morning, Miss Belcher.
Good morning, Judge. Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to see you. I think we're getting Mr. Berry to connect right now.
Your Honor, Mr. Berry's case, there's another individual, Cody Riska. They're mutual combatants. So this may be.
Riska with an R?
Yes, he is at 9:30.
Okay.
He's in the waiting room.
He has an attorney, Dan Batar. This may be.
Who is also in the waiting room.
They may mutually agree to dismiss, but it's, I think, getting both of them to realize the other is going to agree. So it may be an easy resolution.
Okay. Madam Prosecutor, if both these gentlemen are okay with that, you're going to dismiss them both?
We will, Your Honor.
Okay, well, let's find out. All right, Mr. Riska, you connected? Mr. Berry connected?
Mr. Berry is not.
Looks like Mr. Riska is not. Mr. Batar, you're connected. Good morning.
Mr.
Morning, Your Honor.
Riska is now, Judge.
All right, Mr. Riska, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Batar, your appearance.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Mr. Riska, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Berry is now connected.
Mr. Berry, can you hear me?
Mute yourself, Mr. Berry.
Hello?
There you go. Ms. Belcher, your appearance for Mr. Berry.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Berry.
All right, gentlemen, I understand that you're both charged with assault and battery. My understanding is that if you guys are both okay with dismissals, then the prosecutor is going to go along with that. Is that correct, Madam Prosecutor?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Riska looks like he's got 2 files. They're all going away?
Your Honor, I believe his second file is against Mr. Berry's daughter, minor daughter. So I think it would also be up to Mr. Berry if he's going to be bringing in his daughter.
Got it.
At a trial.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen, you understand where we're at? Mr. Berry, Mr. Riska?
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes.
Berry?
Yes.
All right. Are you guys all right with a mutual dismissal? The prosecutor's willing to make all these files go away if you guys are okay with that, because you're cross complainants on these.
I'm fine with that.
Mr. Berry?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't want you to guess. I don't want you to have regrets and then, try to blow this whole thing up later.
Yeah.
You want to talk to your attorney?
No, I'll dismiss it.
All right. Ms. Foley Carter?
The people move for dismissal of all charges, Your Honor.
All right. Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All
No, Your
3
Honor.
files will be dismissed. Gentlemen, I don't see where either one of you posted cash bond. Am I correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. These files are closed. Thank you,
Thank you, Your
gentlemen.
Honor. Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you.
All right, Paula, what else?
We have Mr. Batar's client, Austin Radford, in the waiting room.
Bring in Mr. Radford while I try to find a file.
Judge, I tried to reach Mr. Radford yesterday. I didn't have success. I'll need to talk to him in a breakout room.
Absolutely.
Looks like Mr. Ryan is ready, Judge.
What time was Radford scheduled?
9:30, Judge.
Thank you.
He's right above Briska.
Paula, do you see a Corey Yost in the waiting room?
Yes.
Okay. He's a plea. He's ready also.
Okay. Oh, didn't show you by him, so I'll put you in now.
Okay.
Well, there are 2 that don't have me listed as well that I represent. I don't know. Do you want me to send you that info in the chat?
No, that's okay. We'll just do it as we go along.
Okay.
Or you know what? Yes, please. That way we can call your clients.
Okay.
Mr. Greenberg, are you, or Mr. Ryan, are you ready on Mr. Greenberg's file?
Okay.
You're muted.
Okay, excuse me. You want to go into the breakout room with Mr. Radford, correct, Mr. Patel?
Mr. Ryan, you are muted.
Yes, Paula.
Thank you.
Can you hear us now, Your Honor?
I can. What's your decision, counsel?
Your Honor, I spoke with my client and he would respectfully decline the offer.
All right, you were ready to set it for trial then?
Well, Your Honor, I've had some major health issues the last couple of months. I sent out some discovery, I got some responses, and I would like to file a motion on some of the responses were not responded to. Some of the questions were not responded to. But other than that, yes, Your Honor, we're ready to
All
be
right,
set for trial.
we're gonna do a bench or jury?
A jury, Your Honor.
All right, we'll put you on the list to get scheduled. All right, I'll leave it to you to notice up your motion. Bond
Your
is
Honor.
continued.
That's it, Your Honor.
That's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Aristo 5, what is your name?
I just asked him to unmute.
Paula, who do you want to bring in?
Yep.
Well, since
What's
we
your
have,
name?
Kyle Story. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out.
Story, S-T-O?
O-R-Y, yep.
Yeah,
That's my client, Your Honor.
we have Caitlin's story in the waiting room as well.
They are co-defendants, and I do need to speak with Mr. Story. He did not return my phone call yesterday after he got done eating.
All right. Paula, put Mr. Story in a breakout room. And looks like the other defendant's story is Mr. Batar's.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Is this a similar file or similar case situation with the mutual combatants?
I'm sorry, they were
And we
already
lost
on their
her.
way
Where'd
in.
Dan go?
He's in the breakout room with one of his clients.
All right.
We do have Jeff Bowditch in the waiting room with his client, Ashley Ebling.
Ebling?
E-B-L-I-N-G.
Yeah. What time was she scheduled?
9:20.
Bring him in.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Are we in Judge Martin's courtroom as we speak?
No. You're in my courtroom on Judge Martin's docket.
All right, there we go.
And Miss Ebling is connected.
All right, Mr. Bowditch, your appearance for Miss Ebling.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. and Mrs. Ebling. Today, Your Honor, is a date and time for a pretrial in this matter. It's been adjourned several times. I just got a message from Miss Foley with an offer, and I believe Mr. Ebling and Mrs. Ebling, are going to avail themselves of that offer. There are two ordinance violations, Your Honor. They would be pleading guilty to one, dismissing the other, and the one they're pleading guilty to would be deferred for 6 months.
All right, couple of issues. You keep referring to Mr. and Mrs. I've only got two separate files on Mr. Scott Ebling. Are there supposed to be files on Ashley Ebling?
No, Your Honor, no.
All right, so why is Ashley Ebling sitting in front of the camera?
Because her husband is unavailable and she is the co-owner of the company.
Doesn't work that way. He's the one charged. He's the only defendant I've got. So, I mean, I guess if the plea is, if the agreement is he can plead to the civil infraction and the misdemeanor is dismissed, then as his attorney, you could enter that plea.
Yes, Your Honor. Could I have a breakout room moment with Miss Foley?
Sure.
Judge, we're ready on Mr. Radford now.
All right, give me just a second.
Yes, sir.
All right, your appearance for Mr. Radford.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Mr. Radford.
And what are we doing?
Judge, the people have made an offer. Mr. Radford is declining that offer. He is asking the court to set this matter for a jury trial. I've explained to him it'll probably be a while before we get a jury trial date, and he's okay with that. Is that all correct, Mr. Radford?
Yes, sir.
All right. Watch your mail.
Yes, sir.
Dan, we also have Caitlin's story in the waiting room, and Leanna is with her client Kyle's story.
I'm ready on Miss Story. That's going to be a plea, and as I said, Corey Yost will also be a plea.
Okay, I'll bring in Story and then we'll bring in Yost to get them out.
Okay.
What time was Yost scheduled?
Yost is 9:30, Judge.
Thank you.
And Story was scheduled at
I got
9:40.
Story. I got
Okay.
Story.
And we have Leanna back from the breakout room.
All right, Mr. Batar, your appearance, please.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Miss Story, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Miss Story.
Good morning.
I don't have a plea agreement on this one, so what's going on with Miss Story's file?
Your
Oh, yeah.
Honor, I did speak with Miss Foley Carter, sorry to interrupt, and she is going to be offering the same change to both Mr. Story and Mrs. Story of 9 months delayed. I just wanted Mr. Batar to know that instead of 12 months.
Okay, and that's a dismissal of the A and B charge, Judge. Plead to the MDOP.
All right, so Miss Story is charged with MDOP and assault. She's going to plead to the MDOP, delayed sentence on that, assault dismissed. Correct, Miss Foley Carter? She's gone.
She's still in the breakout
All right,
room.
is that the deal on Miss Story's file?
That's the deal on Miss Story's file, Your Honor.
All right, and Mr. Story is charged with assault and battery. So what's that deal?
He's pleading under 771 to the A and B for 9 months instead
All
of
right,
12.
I got it. All right, let's do ladies first. Miss Story, you understand that malicious destruction of property carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs.
Yes.
You've gone over your rights with counsel. You understand those rights and options?
Yes.
Understanding your rights and options and the possible penalty for the malicious destruction charge, are you pleading guilty to that freely and voluntarily today?
Yes.
Mr. Batar, why don't you do some voir dire so I can get a factual basis while I catch up with notes?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Story, on or about October 25th, 2020, were you located in Huron Township?
Yes.
And were you at an address on Dupree and Dubois?
Yes.
And at that address, were there two motor vehicles there?
Yes.
And did you take a knife and slash two tires, one on each of those motor vehicles?
Yes.
And you damaged that property then by slashing those tires, correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'll accept the plea to that charge. I'll dismiss the assault and battery.
I don't want her to just sit there, but she can't.
All right, Mr. Bowditch.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yourself. You're on the record. Who's the complainant on the MDOP, Mr. Batar?
Miss Story, who is that complainant again? No.
I don't know. It was Mr. Miller.
Miller, Mr. Miller, Judge.
All right. And Miss Caitlin Foley, do you have any, or Foley Carter, do you have any information about restitution for Mr. Miller on the car damage?
I do not have anything in my file, Your Honor.
All right.
Judge, with respect to that restitution, Miss Story believes that they were tires through family information cost $40 a piece and they have been replaced. Is that correct, Miss Story?
Yes.
We would have no objection if you ordered $80 in restitution, Judge.
I can't order restitution without something from the victim.
Understood, Judge. So we would just ask you to keep it open for 30 days. If they don't provide any proof, then it goes away.
All right. Ms. Foley Carter, you'll convey that to your victim, please. If they have a restitution claim, they have to submit it to the court within 30 days.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bitar, what else should I consider?
Judge, she's currently pregnant. She was pregnant at the time of the incident. It was a family dispute that got out of hand. She's learned her lesson. She won't be in any more trouble. She just wants to put this behind her.
Anything on her record?
Not that I'm aware of, Judge, but maybe Miss Foley Carter could fill me in.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else before I set the terms of sentence?
We just ask you to sentence her under 771.1 for that 9 months. Judge, order her to pay fines and costs, and she won't get in any more trouble.
All right, my plea agreement says 12 months. Was the agreement changed to 9 months?
Yes, Judge, that's what Ms. Belcher indicated.
Thank
Correct,
you.
Judge.
And Miss Foley Carter, you got a note on the file, or somebody put a note on my file about fingerprints. Do we need to bother with fingerprints if it's a delayed sentence?
The police department was seeking a fingerprint order, Your Honor.
Anybody want to weigh in?
Judge, I think with a delayed sentence, it's not necessary. It's going to drop off the record. If she ends up violating, doesn't comply, gets in trouble, then I guess they could get them.
We can print her then. All right. Miss Story, stay out of trouble for 9 months, pay $300 court costs. How soon can you do that?
Probably today.
All right, so I can give you longer than that, because if you pay it today, you're probably gonna have to put it on a credit card and pay the extra fees. So if I give you until the 16th, can you do it?
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Anything else on Mrs. Story?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Miss Belcher, Mr. Story's file.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Story, I understand you're pleading guilty to assault or assault and battery on October 26th.
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for that charge?
Yes, sir.
And you've gone over your rights with counsel. Do you understand those rights and options?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, how do you wish to plead to that charge today?
Guilty.
What happened on October 26th that makes you think you're guilty of assault or assault and battery?
The dad shoved the ladder through my sister's car window, so I hit him. So they charged me with assault and battery.
Satisfied, Miss Belcher?
Yes, Your Honor.
So am I. I'll accept the plea. Cherry Road's a good address, sir?
Yes.
Or Cherry Wood, I'm sorry.
It's Chablis.
Street address?
21663 Chablis. It's here on the States.
And Miss Belcher, what should I consider before I set?
Your Honor, my client doesn't have any criminal history. He is gainfully employed. He does lawn and landscaping. He has 2 kids that he's the father to, a third due in August. As Mr. Pittard previously stated, this was just a family dispute gone wrong, and I think everyone's learned their lessons.
All right. Mr. Story, anything you want me to consider?
Nope.
Stay out of trouble for 9 months. Court costs assessed amount of $300. Can you pay that by April 16th?
Yes, sir.
All set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, unmute yourself. Let's talk about Ebling.
Your Honor, once again, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Ebling, who is joining us on a speakerphone. He can hear everything we say and you say.
Mr. Ebling, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir.
Great, thank you. All right, go ahead,
Your
Mr.
Honor,
Bowditch.
today's the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. We are requesting a bench trial.
All right, so we'll set the civil infraction for a formal hearing, set the misdemeanor for a bench trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Paula, we doing that on one of these dates I've got out here?
Judge Martin did not give me a date and time. I will check with her and notify you and your client, Mr. Bowditch.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Ebling, you're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mrs. Ebling.
Thank you.
Bring in Mr. Yost in, Dan.
Yes, sir.
Dan, you already know about the offer?
Yep, visibly impaired.
Yep. Mr. Yost, looks like you're muted. All right, Mr. Bitar, your appearance for Mr. Yost.
Thank you, Your Honor. Daniel Bitar on behalf of Mr. Corey Yost.
And what are we doing?
Mr. Yost is going to take advantage of the people's offer, Your Honor, plead guilty to a reduced charge of operating while visibly impaired.
All right. Mr. Yost, you're familiar with the possible penalty for that charge?
Yep.
Going over your rights and your options with your attorney, you understand all that?
Yep.
How do you want to plead?
Guilty.
7720, did you drive a vehicle in Huron?
Yep.
Prior to driving a vehicle, did you consume alcohol?
That is correct.
Mr. Bitar, was there a data master or a blood test, and could you stip?
I will stip, Your Honor. It was a blood test .153.
Thank you. I'll accept the plea of the impaired, dismiss the intoxicated driving. Sir, I've got your address on Old Michigan Avenue. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I've got a phone number, 505-385-8883.
That's correct.
All right. Do you have an email? Oh, I've got that too. Corey Yost.
Yeah, Corey0@gmail.com.
Gotcha. All right. So I've accepted your plea to the added charge. I've dismissed the original charge. I'm going to send the file to our probation department. They're going to reach out to you and schedule another Zoom meeting. It'll be an interview with a probation officer. Based on that interview, they'll prepare a report, a recommendation for sentencing. That report will go to Mr. Bitar. You'll have a chance to discuss it with him. I'll see the report, and then you, myself, and Mr. Bitar will get together at some future date for a sentencing. Do you understand all that?
Sounds good.
All right. So in the next week, can you present yourself to Huron Township Police Department to get printed?
Yeah, that's fine.
Anything else, gentlemen?
No, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Yost, I'll give you a call when I am contacted by probation. Make sure you follow up with probation when they reach out to you, okay?
Bond is continued.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be back around 11, Judge. I have one more matter with you at that time.
I'm sure I'll still be here.
Judge, I do have some of Miss Belcher's clients in the waiting room.
Okay.
Randall Miller is one.
At one point, we had Miss Sutton, and I've lost her. She was in the waiting room. I grabbed her file, and she's gone.
I've seen her popping in and out of the waiting room, so she's not sure about what she's.
All right. So who do you have for Miss Belcher?
We have Randall Paul Miller.
Time? I got
Time
him.
is 9:40.
Who else you have?
We have Cameron. Hang on just a minute. I got to pull that chat back up.
Oh, Cameron Martin. She's at 9:50, Your Honor, and she is going to be requesting that I withdraw. So it would be helpful if we do her matter while we have another MIDC on Zoom to be assigned to her.
All right. I don't see Mr. Miller in the waiting room.
He's in Zoom now, Your Honor.
I brought him in, Judge. I'm sorry.
Okay. And Martin, I don't see Martin.
She's in as Cameron. That's it.
But the name
in
is
the
Martin.
waiting room. Right. In the waiting room. First name is Cameron.
Belcher, your appearance for Mr. Martin or Mr. Miller.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Miller.
And what are we doing today?
Your Honor, we did ask for an adjournment previously so that I could obtain the digital discovery. I have since forwarded that to Mr. Miller. I've also viewed it myself. The people's offer remains the same. So if Mr. Miller is not willing to avail himself of that offer, it will be setting this matter for trial. I did try to reach out to him yesterday and I was unable to make contact.
Mr. Miller, do you want to take the offer from the prosecutor?
No, I don't.
All right. You want to set it for trial then, correct?
Yes.
All right. You want to set it for a bench trial, sir, or a jury trial? You understand the difference?
No, I don't.
Would you like a breakout room with Ms. Belcher so you can discuss those options?
Yes.
All right, Paula. Good morning, Mr. Gutierrez.
Morning.
I have a file here from October 8, 2020. The charge is operating while visibly impaired. Possible penalty for that charge is up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs. Are you honestly going to eat breakfast while you're on my court Zoom?
I'm sorry, it was a piece of gum.
Do you understand the possible penalty?
Yes, I do.
All right. And are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney, or would you like to speak to an attorney?
Do I have a court-appointed attorney, or?
You don't, but you could have. I've got one available.
Yes, please.
Okay. We're going to just leave you where you're at and mute you until I can set you in a breakout room with that attorney. It'll be a few minutes.
Lynn Parker, I'm not sure who that is. I have a feeling it's for Jeff Parker. So I'm going to bring her in and double check, please. Ms. Sutton is connected, Judge. You're muted, Judge. You're muted.
Miss Sutton, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Excellent. Sir, brown t-shirt, what's your name?
Jeff Parker.
Thank you. All right, Miss Sutton, you've got a file here from August 12, 2019. The charge is drove while licensed, suspended, revoked, or denied. Possible penalty is up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
I'm prepared to go because I'm trying to get my license back as soon as possible.
Okay. Prosecutor is not making any offer on this, so you can plead guilty to this charge, or you can set it for trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, it goes on your record, both your criminal record and your Secretary of State record. When it hits the Secretary of State record, they're probably going to give you 2 points, and they might give you a longer suspension. So in other words, if you're already in a suspension period, they might extend that because of this charge. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right. You still want to go forward today?
No, I guess I'll wait for an attorney.
You want to talk to an attorney?
Yes.
All right. I've got one available today. It'll just be a few minutes before we can let you talk to him.
Okay.
All right. You're all set. We'll just leave you there and mute you.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you've already done these two. I found them in my emails.
Nope.
She sent over. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Ebling's done. So
That's okay. So you be W.
what is that? W-O or A?
Yeah. Woj. We'll do it.
That's got it right there.
Well, let's just.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Parker is Miss Belcher's client.
All right.
I'm going to rename him so we know who he is. Okay. So they're all three waiting on Miss Belcher.
Yep.
You want me to bring in Marcia Kirk and find out who she is?
Try it again. Those are all going. Thanks.
Yeah, just, that's great, thank you.
Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Miss Kirk? Miss Kirk?
Start video.
Miss Marcia Kirk.
The camera's on.
Marcia Kirk, can you tell me what your name is, please?
Oh, okay.
Can you tell me what name is on the docket? Marcia Kirk.
Oh. That's what I set it up with. Okay.
Marcia Kirk, please tell me what name is on the docket.
William Myers,
What time is he scheduled?
10:20. Go ahead. 10:20, Your Honor.
Okay, William Myers. All right, I'm going to rename you and put you back in the waiting room for just a few minutes. Please stay connected while you're in there. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's how I had to set up the Zoom. I had to use,
There we go. And Miss Sutton is, or Sadnaya, there she is. Abel Atacora, I don't know who that is either.
Yep, you're not connected.
Amanda Burnham is in the waiting room and she does not have an attorney.
Yeah, we'll bring her in.
Amanda Burnham?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on just a moment.
Ms. Burnham, you have two files today, November 23rd, 2020. Drove while license suspended, revoked or denied, excuse me, and operating while intoxicated. Each one of these carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs, each one up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The prosecutor's made an offer. If you plead guilty to the original charge, or excuse me, added charge of impaired driving, which is up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs, then both the original charges would be dismissed. Do you understand the offer?
Yes.
And are you prepared to go forward today without benefit of an attorney?
I wasn't able to obtain an attorney.
That's not my question. Do you want to go forward without an attorney, or do you want to talk to an attorney?
I would like to talk to an attorney.
All right, we'll put you in the line to talk to the court appointed.
Thank you.
Douglas Leonardi is here, and he has no attorney either. Do you want me to bring him in?
Not yet. Abel Atacora.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Abel Atacora.
Yes, sir.
What are you calling in for? I do not see your name on my docket. Hello?
Hello.
Abel? Goodbye. Miss Belcher, are we ready on Mr. Miller's file?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are we doing?
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Miller. I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Miller in the breakout room. We've gone over the offer again, the strengths and weaknesses of his case, bench versus jury trial. And at this point, Your Honor, he would be requesting a jury trial.
All right. It'll be a while, Mr. Miller.
And I did explain that juries are not going right now because of COVID.
Okay. Good address is on Sumter Road, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll put you on the list.
Thank
Have
you,
a
Your
nice
Honor.
day. Miss Belcher, we've got a number of people that want to talk to you.
Yes, Judge.
So first one up is Mr. Gutierrez, who
Okay.
is charged with operating while visibly impaired. And
Yes.
there is no offer. So we will put you in a breakout room with him right
Thank
now.
you, Your Honor.
Paula, when's Leonardi scheduled? I got it, 10:20.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We do have an attorney in the waiting room as well, Mr. McNamara, but I don't see his client. He may have
find
him
out.
with them.
Yep. Counsel, who you calling in for?
Hi, Thomas Welland Savage.
All right, hold on just a minute.
10 o'clock, Judge.
Thanks. Counsel, there's a plea offer in the file. Have you already talked to the prosecutor about that?
Yes, we spoke about the plea, and she actually sent me the written up plea offer yesterday.
Probably the same one I'm looking at then. Are you prepared to make a decision on that?
Yes, yeah, it's going to get resolved with a plea.
Okay. All right. Sir, pronounce your last name for me.
Wallensevich.
Wallensevich. Good morning, sir. I understand you're going to plead guilty to 2 charges, operating while visibly impaired and CCW intox violation. You've gone over your rights and options with your attorney.
Yes, I did.
You understand those, correct?
Correct.
And you understand the possible penalty for those 2 charges?
That's correct.
And you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to those charges today, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Mr. McNamara, why don't you do some voir dire?
Mr. Wellensovich, on December 23rd of 2020, were you operating a motor vehicle in Huron Township?
That's correct.
And prior to driving that motor vehicle, had you consumed any alcohol?
Yes, I did.
And what did you have to drink?
I had about 7 or 8 beers and a couple shots of whiskey.
And did that alcohol impair your ability to operate a motor vehicle on that night?
Yes, it did.
I don't think I have anything else.
What about the CCW?
Oh, at that time, after consuming the alcohol, did you have a handgun on your person?
Yes, I did.
And are you willing to plead responsible to that?
Yes.
That's a guilty, counsel.
It's actually a civil infraction. It was reduced to a civil infraction, I believe.
Oh, was that the intent?
Yes.
Correct, Your Honor. We're moving to amend it from subsection 2A to 2C.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Glad we cleared that up.
All right. Counsel, are you satisfied with the plea?
From defense, yes.
Ms. Foley Carter?
I am, Your Honor.
So am I. I will dismiss all 3 original charges. As to the civil infraction CCW violation, fines and costs are $200. Can you pay that by April 16th?
Yes, sir.
All right. As to the sentencing on the impaired driving, I'm going to confirm some information from you, sir, and then I'm going to have my probation department contact you and set up a screening interview by Zoom. Your address on St. Lawrence is correct?
That's correct.
Can you give me a phone number?
313-585-6655.
Thank you. And how about an email?
TWALENCEWICZ, the number 5 @gmail.com.
And counsel, is there anything I should consider before I put your client on a personal bond?
No.
All right, sir, I'm going to ask that you not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substances while you're on bond. And you cooperate with my probation department and your attorney so we can move this case towards sentencing. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate those terms?
I do.
Any questions, fellas?
No.
Have a good day.
Will we get the sentencing date in the mail?
You will. Probation will check out or send it out. Mr. Leonardi, are you there? You're muted if you are.
I'm here, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. Mr. Leonardi, I've got a couple files with your name on them from January 29, 21. Possession of narcotics paraphernalia, which is a misdemeanor. Registration or plate violation, which is a misdemeanor. Drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied, which is a misdemeanor. And a civil infraction speeding ticket. Each one of the misdemeanors carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The prosecutor has made an offer. If you plead guilty to drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied, and possession of narcotics paraphernalia, they've asked me to dismiss the registration or plate charge and the speeding ticket. Do you understand the offer?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared today to go forward without benefit of an attorney?
Uh, yes, sir, but I am not prepared to pay anything today as I don't
I'll
get
work
paid.
with you on that. Yeah, that's not an
Okay.
issue. I'll work with you on money.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So you understand the offer and you're prepared to make a decision on that offer without advice of counsel, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and what's your decision, sir?
Guilty.
You're gonna take the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, did you drive a vehicle on January 29, 2021 in the city of, or in the township of Huron?
Yes, sir.
All right, and at that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you understand if I accept that plea, this is gonna go on your record with Secretary of State. They'll probably hit you with 2 points and they may even resuspend you.
Well, there's a lot of red tape in there. I have to make an appointment and get a lot of stuff straightened out anyway, because I actually do not have a driver's license, but I'll take care of that myself.
Okay.
And I'm good.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
And at that time, on January 29 in Huron Township, did you possess some paraphernalia that you should not have had?
Yes, sir.
And what did you have, sir?
A glass pipe.
Okay, and what was that glass pipe used for?
Well, I use it for marijuana, but the judge said it was coke, or the officer said it was cocaine.
Okay. Miss Foley Carter, do you know if there was any testing done on that pipe?
I am checking right now, Your Honor.
Thank you. I never thought of that before, but now that marijuana is legal, that kind of changes it on certain paraphernalia, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I bought the pipe from Amazon.
Well, I can buy a lot of stuff online that's illegal for me to have in my possession.
Right, you're right, you're right.
Your Honor, it says the glass pipe came along with a baggie containing 2 pieces of chore boy, which is not used for marijuana.
I would agree with that. Okay.
All right, well,
All right, Mr. Leonardi, I can accept your plea. I'll go along with the prosecutor's recommendation and dismiss those other charges. Your address on Hip Street, is that valid?
Yes, sir.
Can I have a phone number for you?
313-759-6534. That's my cell.
That's good. And are you working?
I'm on unemployment since the corona hit. I
Okay.
can't wait to go back to work.
Where were you working?
Michael's on the River in Flat Rock.
Not familiar with it. Sounds like a restaurant?
Restaurant bar, yes, sir.
Yep.
It's right there on the river.
I
All
am
right.
familiar with it, Judge.
Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you today?
Just I got more time than money, but I do have a little bit of money to pay.
All right, I'll work with you on payments, sir. That's no problem.
Okay, no, I'm
All right.
good.
So as I said, I've dismissed the registration or plate misdemeanor and the speeding ticket on the Drovo license suspended and possession of paraphernalia. Each of those files, fines and costs are $400.
Okay,
What can you afford to pay every month, sir?
I can bring in $100 a month.
You're sure?
I'm positive.
When can you start that?
The first.
All right, I'm gonna give you till the first Friday of April is Good Friday, so I'm gonna give you until April 9th to get started. You can always pay extra or early.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome very much. Enjoy your day.
So I don't have no more court dates with you, right?
That is correct, sir. Just make your payments and this will go
All
away
right.
eventually.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Miss Belcher,
Yes, Your Honor.
your appearance.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Austin. Is it Gutierrez, sir? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, as to the arraignment, we waive formal reading and stand mute. I did get a notification from Miss Foley Carter that they do plan on amending the charges. I have relayed that information to my client. I have inquired about whether or not if the offer will stay open. She stated that it will unless he picks up some other charge in the interim.
Okay.
So at this point in time, Your Honor, he would like to view his discovery, so we would be requesting an adjournment, and I will be submitting a discovery order if Miss Foley Carter needs me to, so that we can get the body cams.
Okay, I can give you a May 13th or May 27 date.
Let me look at my calendar, Your Honor. May. The 27th date, Your Honor. I'm already scheduled to be in your court.
How about 9/10? That work?
That is great.
All right, and Mr. Gutierrez, I'm gonna put you on a personal bond. Let me get some information from you.
Okay.
Your address on Duval, is that right?
Yes.
Phone number, please.
734-757-5893.
Are you working?
Yes, I am.
Where at? How long?
Fintex, I've been here since October.
What do they do?
It's a factory job.
What do they make?
Production. Parts for Ford, GM,
right.
Chrysler.
I'm gonna put you on a personal bond with two conditions. The first one is the obvious one. You gotta cooperate with counsel so we can have a meaningful court date. Second one, I don't want you to purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription. So that means no booze, no alcohol. Understood?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me or Miss Belcher while she's still with us?
Nope. When's the next court date? Sorry.
27th of May.
The 27th of May.
And you'll get
Okay.
another computer-generated notice. And I can guarantee Miss Belcher will be talking to you before then.
All right. And I'll
All right.
get something in the mail too.
You will.
All right.
You're all
Thank
set.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
All
you.
Yeah, Mr. Gutierrez, raise your right hand. Thanks, Paula. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you mess up bond?
Yes.
You're all set. Have a good day. Miss Belcher, the next file we've got is Miss Sutton's file. It's a drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied. No offer. She's currently still suspended.
Okay,
So
thank
we'll
you.
put you in a breakout room with that lady.
And Your Honor, I believe.
Sorry, I was too fast on that.
Yeah. Was Cameron Martin the one that Belcher thought was going to want to withdraw?
It was, Your Honor.
Yes,
Thank you, Caitlin.
I do have that written down beside her name.
Bring Mr. Bentley and let's see if we can do something with him. Mr. Bentley's a smooth operator. Let's see, who else is coming up on the docket? We can try them while we're seeing if he can connect.
Hang on, I got quite a few checked in here. Carter Bentley. Got that one done. We have Stephanie Thornsberry.
See if she's connected. When she's scheduled.
Stephanie Thornsberry is scheduled at 10:10. Not connected. I'm sending them all chats.
Yep.
We have a Lance Norris, or Norris.
Try him.
He is scheduled at 10:30.
Thank you.
Miss Thornsberry has her video up, but not her audio. I will send her another chat.
Hello? Mr. Norris, you're connected?
Yes, I will. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I've got a file here from January 30. The charge is assault and battery. It is punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
The prosecutor's made an offer on your file. If you plead guilty to that charge, the prosecutor is recommending a delayed sentence. What that means is for 12 months, you need to stay out of trouble. Pay whatever court costs may be assessed. At the end of 12 months, as long as there have been no problems, the matter would be dismissed at that time. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney, or would you like to speak to an attorney?
No, I'm fine.
Do you know what you want to do about that offer?
Yes, I would like to plead guilty to that offer, sir.
All right, sir, tell me what happened on January 30th, 2021 in Huron Township that you think you're guilty of that charge.
I actually sanitation that particular job, and I'll wait until everybody leaves so I can eat lunch by myself. And this individual came in, and we really been it's like the things he say. I just this I would like to. I accept full responsibility of my actions. I just want to put this behind me and move forward.
Okay, but I haven't heard anything about an assault and battery. Did you threaten somebody, or did you put your hands on somebody without their permission?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I grabbed him. And,
okay. All right. Miss Foley Carter, do you have any information about the victim's name?
Sorry, Your Honor, who are we on?
I'm sorry, Defendant Norris.
Mr. Norris.
Scheduled at 10:30.
Let's see.
Oh, hello?
Looks like the victim was DeAndre.
I'm sorry, DeAndre?
Yes, DeAndre Brand.
And if you talked to that individual?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Norris, with those facts, I can accept your plea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my probation department send a notice to that gentleman. Can you send us some contact information with that name, Madam Prosecutor?
I can, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just reference Mr. Norris's file if you would.
I will.
Mr. Norris, we're going to send that gentleman a letter to see if he's got any input before I sentence. In the meantime, I can go ahead and get started. So I'll just kind of leave that option open. I'm going to sentence you to the 12-month period, stay out of trouble. I'm going to assess court costs in the amount of $400. And then if we hear from that gentleman, we'll contact you. I've got your address. I'm going to get your phone number as well. Understood?
Yes.
You got all that?
Yes.
All right. And Courtside Way is a good address?
Yes, that's my address.
All right. What's your phone?
313-423-2388.
And are you still working there, sir?
Sir, I work at Evans Distribution. I have another job.
All right. How long you been there?
This will be my 3rd week.
Good. How's it going? All right, as to the $400, Mr. Norris, can you pay that within 30 days?
Oh,
If you can't, tell me and I'll set you up with a payment plan.
I need a payment plan. Yes.
How much can you pay every month?
Probably $100 a month. I could probably do that.
You sure?
Yes.
And can you start that on or before April 9th?
Yes.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, you're all set. Like I said, if we hear from that gentleman, we'll reach out to you and let you know what's going on.
Okay.
All right, have a nice day.
You also.
We do have Miss Belcher back with Miss Sutton, and both Mr. Bentley and Miss Thornsberry have connected, Judge.
Thank you. Miss Belcher, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Miss Sutton. Miss Sutton, can you please state your name for the judge?
Anaya Sutton.
Your Honor, I was able to meet with Miss Foley Carter. She is going to offer my client a reduced plea to no ops. My client does wish to take advantage of that. She understands she's giving up her trial rights.
Okay. And I'm sure you already talked to her about the fact that that could result in a resuspension.
I did, Your Honor, but I did also discuss with her the fact that she's not going to be clearing up her other suspensions in time. So the 30-day suspension it's going to provide isn't going to really be much of a detriment to her.
Okay, well, that's good news. It's not often that a license suspension is good news, Miss Sutton.
Okay. I was trying to
All
clear
right.
things up.
Good luck. So that's all true. You're going to take the plea?
Yes.
All right. So did you drive a vehicle on August 12, 2019 in Huron Township?
Yes.
All right. At that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes.
I'll accept your plea and dismiss the original charge. Anything else I should consider before I set the terms of sentence?
Your Honor, my client is laid off. She is collecting unemployment. She does work as her grandmother's caregiver. That is her incentive of wanting to get her license.
Sure.
She does have suspensions out of Detroit that she's on a payment plan. Unfortunately, obviously, she can't pay that all off at once to get those clearances. She also is aware that she has another matter out in Saline that she needs to take care of. Other than that, Your Honor, she is prepared to hopefully pay everything off today with her stimulus money, depending on the amount that you impose.
Okay. How much do you owe Detroit?
I don't know. They had me come down there and pay $100 bond, and I have court for them on April 5th. So I
Okay,
have,
it's coming up.
yeah. So I'm just trying to pay everybody off while I got the money now.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you a break then. I'm only gonna charge you $300 and that's all late fees.
Okay, thank you.
So you can pay that today?
Yes, yep. I can pay everything today.
All right. I'll give you more time if you want me to, because if you pay it online, you're gonna have to pay third-party vendor fees and it's kind of a waste of money. So I'll give you until next week if you want to have the time to drive it in or mail it in.
Okay, I could get a ride to drive it in then.
I'm gonna give you until the 1st, which is a week from today.
Okay, thank you.
That'll probably save you $25-ish.
But that's because I live in Detroit now, so that's probably like gas money. So I probably
Yeah,
could pay
that's
online.
okay. I just want to give you the option. Pay it online.
Okay.
Then. That's all right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Good
you.
luck with your other ones.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Miss Belcher, we're gonna put you in a breakout room now with Miss Burnham. Miss
Your Honor,
Burnham,
I don't mean to interrupt you. I see Mr. Parker on the screen. He's been on, he may be a very quick adjournment.
oh,
If you
okay.
could-
Yeah, let me grab his file.
Y'all still need me?
No,
No,
Miss
you're
Sutton.
all set.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, I thought I had his file. Let me find it. Mr. Parker, you can unmute while I'm trying to find your file.
Oh my.
All right, Mr. Parker's not unmuted. Miss Belcher, your appearance for Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Jeffrey Parker.
I think he's having a difficulty learning or trying to unmute because
Okay, so I just gave you another date, didn't I, Miss Belcher, on something else?
Yes, Your Honor, you gave me May 27th, Your Honor.
All right, we can do 9/10 again.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. And just for the record, I did renegotiate the plea offer with Ms. Foley Carter to disorderly under 771.1. I did relay that information to Mr. Parker, and I would just ask that that offer stay open until the next pretrial.
Madam Prosecutor?
Sorry, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so on Mr. Burnham's files, we've got operating intoxicated and DWLS, the plea offer is impaired, and the original two get dismissed.
Got it.
And did we lose Mr. Burnham?
no, I'm putting
Got
her-
him in the waiting room already?
I believe
for the
it's a
breakout?
her. I believe it's a she, Judge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Amanda. I'm sorry, Amanda.
Okay, there they are. And then Mr. Bentley and Miss Thornsberry are both connected.
Miss Thornsberry, can you hear me?
You're muted, Miss Thornsberry. Please unmute your phone.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I've got a couple files with your name on them from January 22nd, 2018. I've got open intoxicants in a motor vehicle. And from that same date, operating with blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more. The prosecutor has reviewed these files and she has made an offer. If you plead guilty to operating while visibly impaired, up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs, both of the original charges would be dismissed in keeping with your agreement with the prosecutor. Do you understand the offer?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared today to go forward without the benefit of an attorney?
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Take the plea.
Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on that date?
Yes.
Prior to driving the vehicle, did you consume alcohol?
Yes.
Did you take a breath test for the police department or a blood test?
Blood test.
Do you know what the results were?
Not out. I do not.
Madam Prosecutor, do you have any information on that?
I do. It's a 0.28, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ma'am, I can accept your plea to the added charge. I'll dismiss both the original charges and send your file on to the probation department to schedule an interview with you. Your phone number 624-5226.
Yes, sir.
Merriman Road, a good address?
Yes.
All right, can I get an email address for you?
Thornsberry Stephanie, all one word.
Okay,
@gmail.com.
no number?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna set you a personal bond now. Bond
Okay.
conditions are you stay out of trouble, you cooperate with probation so we can get this file moving along, and you do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance. That includes alcohol and/or marijuana. So if you don't have a doctor's prescription, you don't take it. Understood?
Understood.
Any questions?
No.
You're all set. You'll be hearing from the probation department.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Mr. Bentley, are you with me?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. I've got 2 files with your name on them.
Yes, sir.
From November 19, 2020, a civil infraction, defective equipment, and an operating while intoxicated. The intoxicated driving carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Are you prepared today, sir, to go forward without benefit of an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
I'm willing to go for it.
All right. Can you make a decision on that offer, or do you need some more information to consider?
When you say more information, is that dealing with the prosecutor maybe trying to offer me something?
Well, she's online with us right now. I'm sure she'd be willing to talk to you privately if you'd like to.
Yes,
Whether or
please.
not she changes her offer, I don't know.
Yes, I would love to. I would like to, please.
Judge, I
Madam
don't think you
Prosecutor, okay
told
with
him
that?
what the original offer was. I'm sorry. You just
Yeah, I
told him
never-
what the charges
Oh,
were.
the offer is impaired driving, which is up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs.
Will I
If
be
you
able to keep?
If you plead to that, both the original charges get dismissed.
Will I be able to keep my license? My job?
You know what? I have no idea what happens with your license. I am out of that business.
All right. Yes, I'm willing to plead to it.
You want to take the deal with the prosecutor? You want to talk to the prosecutor privately?
I want to take the deal.
All right. Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on November 19, 2020?
Yes, I did.
Prior to driving that vehicle, did you consume alcohol?
Yes.
Did you take a breath test or a blood test?
Yes.
Do you know what the results were?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Madam Prosecutor, could you help with that?
It was a .121, Your Honor.
Thank you for that. Sir, I will accept your plea to the added charge. I will dismiss both the original charges, and I'm going to refer you to our probation department for a pre-sentence interview by Zoom. Understood?
Yes.
Address on Dunn is correct?
Yes, it is.
Phone number?
313-282-0884.
Do you have an email address?
Yes, I do. Carter Bentley 78@yahoo.com.
Are you working?
Yes, I am. On my
Where
own
at?
business. On my own business called Crab Daddy.
What do you do?
I'm a chef. I prepare food. I cater and I also do events.
Okay. All right. So Carter Bentley 78, is it at Gmail?
At yahoo.com.
Yahoo. All right. All right. I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Stay out of trouble. Don't purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription, and cooperate with probation so we can move your file along. Any questions?
I don't have to pay anything today?
Correct.
Okay, so what date again? Let me write that down. What date again?
I don't know.
Probation?
You're going to hear from probation. They're going to reach out to you.
Okay, thank you.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you mess up on bond?
Yes, I do.
You're all set. Miss Belcher, what do you got?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready on Amanda Burnham at 9:50.
Thank you. Miss Burnham, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. What are we doing, Miss Belcher?
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of the defendant. As to the arraignment, waive formal reading, stand mute. I did have an opportunity to meet and go over the plea agreement with her. We would be asking for a no contest plea due to civil liability to the operating while visibly impaired, with the DWLS being dismissed.
And Madam Prosecutor, any objection to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, I'm assuming one of you ladies will be able to help me with a factual basis when we get there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Burnham, you understand the possible penalty for impaired driving?
Yes, sir.
You've discussed your options with Miss Belcher. You understand your rights and options?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily to the added charge or to the impaired driving charge?
Yes.
You understand no contest is literally saying to me, Judge, I'm not fighting that charge against me.
Yes.
If I find a factual basis from some other source that supports that plea, then I'll accept your plea. I'll dismiss the Drovo license suspended and we'll move it through the sentencing process. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis.
Your Honor, I would stipulate, and I believe Ms. Foley Carter would, that my client was involved in a motor vehicle accident in a ditch on November 23rd of 2020. She was the operator of that vehicle, and that her blood alcohol content was 0.242.
That is correct,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Thank you. I'll accept the plea to the impaired charge, dismiss both the original charges, and refer Miss Burnham to probation. Miss Belcher, I'm assuming that as normal, you've got all the information I need as far as email, phone number, and so on and so forth.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to disappoint you this time. This is the one time that I do not have all of that.
That is a major disappointment to me.
I know. I'm really sorry. I do know about her work, though.
All right, let's hold off on that. Miss Burnham, are you on Leontine? Is that a good address?
Yes, sir.
What's your phone number, ma'am?
734-775-0705.
All right, how about an email address?
It is am.burnham93@gmail.
Thank you. Let's talk bond, Miss Belcher. Redeem yourself.
Your Honor, this is my client's first offense. She does work as a director at Quicken Loans. She is extremely nervous about any potential jail time.
You're not going to jail. You're not going to jail. You're not going to jail. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So obviously stating all that, she does not have much contact, if any, with the criminal justice system. And for those reasons, Your Honor, we would request a personal bond.
All right, Miss Burnham, I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Stay out of trouble. Cooperate with Miss Belcher in my probation department so we can move this file along, and do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription. That means no booze, no marijuana. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand.
Okay.
You got it up?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you mess up on bond?
Yes.
All right. Seriously, I know this is nerve-wracking because it's your first time through. It's not Miss Belcher's first rodeo. She's going to get you through as painlessly as possible.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Judge, we do have, the next one I have up is Attorney Neil Rydell for Endurance Environmental. It's up at for 1020.
What's the name of the company? I'm sorry.
Endurance Environmental.
Did we ever find, yeah, you know what? Let's take care of Cameron Martin. Bring her in while Miss Belcher's hanging here. Good morning, Miss Martin.
Your Honor, she's not connected yet to audio.
Yeah.
Good morning.
She
Miss
is right
Martin.
now.
Miss Martin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, I've got a couple files here with your name on them. Miss Belcher?
Good morning, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Miss Martin. There is one issue that I would like to straighten out with the court first. Miss Martin was originally charged with an A, B, and C file. At the time of our last pretrial, we adjourned all three files to this date. Unfortunately, the C file, for some reason, got a default judgment entered. So I would ask Your Honor to, yes.
Yeah.
Remedy
Yeah, we can do that.
C file. I do believe that going forward that it may be dismissed as part of a plea if Miss Martin does avail herself of any future offers.
Yep.
Other than that, Your Honor, there has been a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship, and Miss Martin would be requesting that Your Honor appoint her new counsel.
All right, Miss Martin. I don't see anybody in our waiting room.
You should
Miss
have
Belcher-
and Dan coming shortly, Your Honor. I'm happy to text them both to see if one can jump on.
Would you do that? I was just going to ask you to do that. All right. So Miss Martin, I'm going to leave you right where you're at. I'm going to mute you because then we can stick you in a breakout room quickly when we get another attorney.
Okay.
Paul, what's the attorney's name I'm looking for the environmental company?
Neil Rydell, I'll bring him in.
Got him already.
Okay.
There. Paula, didn't we have Mr. Myers in at one point?
Yeah, we do have William Myers in the waiting room.
Okay, let's bring him in when we can.
There we are. Can you hear me?
Depends on who's speaking.
Neil Riddell.
I can. Good morning, counsel.
How are you?
Wonderful. You're checking in for Endurance Environmental?
Yes, sir.
All right. I've got a plea offer in the file that the prosecutors put in the file. If there's a responsible plea to overweight with a $3,000 fines and cost total, then everything else would be dismissed.
Give me a second. All right, you got a form for me to sign on that?
No, I don't have a form. I just need you.
Oh.
I just need you to say yes on the record and then send us $3,000.
Yeah, can we have 30 days to pay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yes.
That'll take care of it.
Yes.
Okay, I'll accept your plea, and you have corporate authority to enter that plea to that civil infraction, correct, counsel?
I do.
Awesome.
Do.
All right, so 30 days to pay, and we'll dismiss the originals.
All right, that it?
Thank you.
Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Take
Mr.
care.
Nunley.
Yes, sir.
We're going to throw you in a breakout room with Miss Martin in just a minute.
Okay.
She's got 3 files: operating while intoxicated, disobeyed stop sign, and no proof of insurance.
Okay.
The offer is plea to impaired. Everything else goes bye-bye.
Okay.
All right, so we'll put you in a breakout room with her.
And Royce, I'll send you, I have digital discovery and paper. I'll send you all of that via Dropbox link, and I'm happy to discuss anything you need from me ahead of time. I do have all of Miss Martin's contact information should you need it.
Thank you, Miss Belcher.
Okay, and we do have Mr. Myers in and connected, Judge.
Mr. Myers, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right, give me just a minute. I'm going to catch up with my notes on the last file, and then we're going to be talking about yours.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right, Mr. Myers, we've got 3 files, looks like. July 25/20, registration or plate violation, misdemeanor. Same date, no proof of insurance, civil infraction, and same date, equipment violation, civil infraction. The prosecutor has made an offer on the file. If you plead to a civil infraction, no registration, on July 25, then all 3 original charges, including a 90-day misdemeanor, would be dismissed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have enough information to make a decision?
Yes, sir.
Are you prepared to go forward without an attorney?
Yes, sir.
What's your decision, Mr. Myers?
I want to pay my fines.
You're taking the deal from the prosecutor, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will accept your plea to the civil infraction, no registration. Fines and costs $220. I can give you a due date if you can pay it within 30 days, or I'll set you up with a payment plan if you need one.
I can pay it right now if I can.
Well, if you do that, it's going to be online and it's going to cost you extra fees then.
Okay.
I'm happy to give you some time so you can drive it in or mail it in.
I could mail it in, yes.
I'll give you until April 16th. Plenty of time?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
That takes care of your file. Well, hold on a minute. Looks like we might have some other stuff here. Let's look at what we got. Looks like I've got another prohibited parking ticket from Huron Township from 2020. Looks like you owe $144 on that one.
That's when my car broke down on my sidewalk for 3 days and they gave me a parking ticket out there. Yes.
Yeah, and then there's also an equipment violation that you owe $150 on and a no proof of insurance that you owe $220 on. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Those are these two files we're dealing with now. So can you pay the $140 sometime soon?
Can I pay it at the same time, sir?
Sure.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And what was that? Was that by April 9th I gave you or April 16th?
April 16th, sir.
Sure. On two of them then. 220 on one,
Yeah.
144 on the other.
Yes.
144,
We're good.
140.
144.
220 on one and 144 on the other.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You're all set.
Yep. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome so much.
Okay, Judge, we have Daniel Cunningham. He's scheduled at 10:40. And then we do have Valley Transport. It doesn't look like they have an attorney. And they're scheduled at 10:30.
What's the name of it?
Valley Transport.
Bring them in so I can educate them.
Okay.
And if you need me on that, Judge, you know I'll help.
Thank you.
Yes,
Valley
morning.
Transport, who are you?
Valley Transport, Roberto. I'm the vice president of the company. This is my driver.
Okay, is Valley Transport Incorporated?
Yes.
All right, you have to have an attorney to deal with you in court for a corporation, sir.
Well, I'm gonna have to call my lawyer.
Okay. If you want to do that, we can probably just put your lawyer on a speakerphone. You know, if you call your lawyer on a speakerphone, we can probably take care of this morning.
Let me see if he's available.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on mute. If you get a hold of your attorney, just give me a thumbs up so I can get back on with you.
Not a problem.
Do you want me to bring Daniel?
Cunningham.
Okay.
Please. Mr. Cunningham, are you connected, sir?
No, sir, he's not. I'm sending him a chat right now. Looks like he may have frozen. I've sent him 2 chats and he's not connected yet.
Feel free to remove him.
We have Rosemary McClemens.
Time.
She's scheduled at 10:50.
Thank you. Did Valley Transport give us a thumbs up yet?
I think he's still talking to him.
Looks like his mouth's moving.
Yeah, you know, Judge, it's stuck on joining for her, for Rosemary. She had signed in twice at one time. And now it won't let me. Well, we're just going to have to write it out, I guess. We do have Darnell Johnson, who was scheduled at 10:40 as well.
Yeah, see if you can get him in. Mr. Johnson, are you there?
You're muted, Mr. Johnson. Please unmute. He is connected.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Johnson, I've got a couple files with your name on them from January 17th, 2021. I've got a speeding ticket, which is a civil infraction, and I've got a misdemeanor drove while license not valid or improper license. The misdemeanor carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Prosecutors made an offer. If you plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle, both those charges originally issued would be dismissed. The allow unlicensed driver would be a misdemeanor on your record, but it would not impact your driving record. The drove while license suspended, or excuse me, the drove while license not valid on your record may result in an additional suspension, and the speeding ticket would certainly result in some points. Do you understand the offer that's been submitted by the prosecution?
Yes.
Are you prepared to go forward today without benefit of an attorney?
Yes.
What's your decision, sir?
I'm gonna take the offer. What was the offer again? One more time.
The offer is to allowing an unlicensed driver to operate.
And that's a misdemeanor?
It's a misdemeanor. Yep, but misdemeanor without license sanctions, however. Understood?
Yeah.
And you're taking a deal?
Yeah.
Did you drive a vehicle on that
Can
day?
I talk to the prosecutor outside of this real quick? Is that possible?
Sure. We'll put you in a breakout room.
Okay, thanks.
Fellas from Valley Transport, unmute. You're still muted, fellas.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. All right, counsel, your appearance for Valley Transport, please.
Your Honor, Dan Calvin appearing on behalf of Valley Transport.
Good morning, counsel. So counsel, we've got a number of files for Valley. From January 15, we've got a civil infraction, defective equipment. I got 2 of those. We've got a disqualification of driver. We've got a misload. Actually, we got 3 misloads, and then we've got a registration or plate misdemeanor. The prosecutor submitted an offer to a added charge of double parking, agreed upon fines and costs of $600. All the original charges from the 15th would be dismissed. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I can't believe your clients would say no. Valley Transport, that a good deal?
Yes, it is.
I thought so.
I agree.
Counsel, educate your guys. I told them they got to have an attorney involved so you can make some money. Your kids got to eat too.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I will
All right.
educate him for sure. I will advise him.
All right, gentlemen, can we get that $600 to the court within the next 30 days?
I'll send someone over right now.
You're talking my game. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Judge, I'm sorry, which one did they plead guilty on?
It was a brand new double parking.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Nunley, on Miss Martin's file.
I just need 30 more seconds. We were just
Oh,
wrapping up.
I'm sorry. Put you
the
back in a breakout then?
Yeah, no, but literally it's 30 more seconds.
All got you.
And okay, it looks like we have one of Leanna's clients in. Oh, nope, that's Dan Batar's. I apologize. Judge, I'm going to find out who some of these people are, or do you want me to bring in the ones that I know who they are and get them out of here? We got Dan Batar in, so I'll bring in him and his client.
Which is?
Last name is Musingo, Musingo.
Time?
It's scheduled at 11.
Thank you. Mr. Batar, your appearance for Mr. Musingo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Pater on behalf of Mr. Masingo.
Looks like he's not connected yet, unfortunately.
He is.
Mr. Masingo, you there?
Yes.
All right. And Mr. Bitar, there's a plea offer on the file. Are you familiar with it?
Yes, Judge, he's going to plead guilty to disorderly person. We're asking the court to sentence him under HIDA. I would just also like to state for the record, Judge, Mr. Masingo is in this country as a refugee. He has a pending immigration case where he's adjusting his status to get a green card. I've been in contact with his immigration attorney, Leslie Glennon. She is aware of the plea offer. She is aware that he will be taking the plea today, and she has signed off on it, maintains that there should not be any immigration ramifications from the plea.
Good, good. All right, Mr. Masingo, you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes.
You've discussed your rights with Mr. Bitar. You understand those rights and the options presented to you by those rights.
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to that charge today?
Yes.
All right, tell me what happened on March 8, 2020 in Huron Township.
Judge, could I question him, please?
Please do.
Mr. Masingo, on that date and that time, were you located in Huron Township?
Yes.
And did you act in a disorderly fashion?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the other charges. I've got an address, Ponpiance. That's got to be spelled wrong. Yeah, I've got an address on Waverly Road. Is that right?
That's correct, Judge. Apartment H?
Yes. All right.
Yep.
Anything else I should consider?
Judge, no, I think you have the background with respect to this case.
All right. Sir, stay out of trouble for 12 months. No new criminal offenses. If you change your address in 12 months, let us know where to find you. Your court costs are assessed in the amount of $400. Can you pay that in full within 30 days?
Yes, I can try.
All right.
Judge,
If it's a problem, I'll just put you on a monthly payment plan. How much can you pay every month?
I can pay like you said it's 400, right?
Total is 400.
Yeah, I can pay like 100 in month.
Can you start that on or before April 16th?
Yeah, so I can pay some today and like I can pay like later some. So
As long as you get us at least $100 between now and the 16th of April, you're on track.
Judge,
Good
can
luck.
I interrupt for 1 second with
Sure.
respect to that plea?
Sure.
Thank you. It's actually a 9-month term of probation, according to Ms. Foley Carter. Is that correct, Ms. Foley Carter?
Yes, that's correct.
I'll
Thank
make
you.
that change.
Thank you, Judge. And Paula, I don't know if you can do this or not, but for immigration, he'll need a certified copy of the Register of Actions. Is that?
Actually, I'm the records manager here, so you're talking to the right one.
Great. If you could email that to me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, what I do is there's a form that I fill out and I sign it and have the judge sign it. We seal it and then I can scan it to you and mail it if you'd like.
Great. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Mr. Bitar, anything else for you today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr.
Everyone take
Nunley.
care.
Okay, are we ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I would just ask the court to entertain an adjournment. Leanna sent me over the discovery. It sounds like, I need to look at the videos.
That's all right. Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Okay.
Do you have a preference on May 13 or May 27?
Let's see, May 13th and 27th. May 27th would be better.
Pick a time.
Yeah.
9 o'clock, 9:10, 9:20, blah, 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 blah.
9 o'clock sounds fine to me.
All right. All right, Miss Martin, May 27, 9 a.m. is the next date. Understood?
Yes, I understand. And this is through Zoom court as like today, correct?
Unfortunately, I believe it will be.
Okay. And will I get something in the mail like with
You
the,
will.
okay, thank you.
Bond is continued.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we happen to see a Matesso Innocent anywhere in there?
Checked in a few minutes ago, Royce, but then he backed out again.
I've been having a really hard time getting a hold of this individual. It was like he was a co-defendant with the last individual that you just sentenced under HIDA. And there's a bit of a language barrier, and I'm just having a really tough time contacting him. Could I speak with Miss Foley about this case in a breakout room real quick?
Sure.
Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Mays's client's name is Tiana Tromley.
I thought for some reason that we were before Judge Martin, but
You were supposed to be. I'm just covering her docket today.
gotcha, Judge. Okay, okay.
She did me a solid a month ago, so I'm just doing returning the favor.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring his client in, Judge?
Just clicked her.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Mays, your appearance for Ms. Tromley.
William Mays on behalf of Ms. Tromley, Your Honor.
And it looks like there's no offer on the file.
There is not. This is actually a resolution of a prior case that was dismissed with prejudice upon her entering a plea of guilty to this new charge. So today she is appearing for the first time on a reckless driving ticket that was issued by the officer.
Right.
I have gone through her rights with her, the maximum possible penalty for reckless driving, and described to her what will happen as a result of this with the Secretary of State as well as with the court.
Okay.
And at the time, based upon the prior representations that the prosecutor was dismissing the prior charges with prejudice, with this new charge being added, we are accepting a plea of guilty and will waive arraignment for purposes of the arraignment.
Good. Appreciate all that. Ms. Tromley, unmute yourself.
Hello.
All right. Good morning. You understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand your rights and options? You've discussed those with Mr. Mays probably more than once.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mays, would you voir dire?
Ms. I don't have the date of the offense, the original charge.
January 12, 20.
12. Ms. Tromley, were you operating a motor vehicle in Huron Township on January 12, 2020?
Yes.
And when you were driving that vehicle, did you operate it in a willfully reckless fashion such that you put people and or property at jeopardy because of your driving behaviors?
Yes.
And was there an accident as a result of your reckless driving on that date?
Yes.
Judge, I tender that that's enough. I don't know if you want more.
No, I agree with you. I think that's enough for a factual basis. Does Ms. Tromley have any criminal history?
She does not, Your Honor. She's got some parking tickets that are closed, but nothing. I don't even think that there's a speeding ticket. She is 26 years old, almost 27. Recently became a homeowner. She has completed an associate's degree and is now trying to find herself a bachelor's degree program, employed in a restaurant, but she is not working full-time at that restaurant because of COVID.
Right.
And has also opened up her own business where she does photography.
Awesome.
I would ask the court to do fines and costs.
All right. Ms. Tromley, I'm showing a Rust Road address. Is that the new house?
No, that's my old house. I'm closing on this house in a few weeks. So my address.
I'll leave the Rust address on. You'll do a change of address. So if we send you anything, it'll make it there.
Yeah, my parents still live in that area, so they'll give me my.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right, Mr. Mays, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. $500 fines and costs. Can you pay that within 30 days, Ms. Tromley, or would you like a monthly payment plan?
I can pay that today if I need to.
I don't want you to pay it that soon because then you're going to do it online. It's going to cost you extra money.
Okay.
Just figure out a cheaper way to pay it so you can get it in here within 30 days.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Mays, anything else?
No, thank you again. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Galaxy phone, what is your name? And unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay, again, I'm sorry.
What's your name?
Cassandra Jensen.
I believe that's Leanna's client.
What time were you scheduled, Miss Johnson?
9:50.
sir.
Where you been?
I was trying to get on my phone. I have a hard time with these electronics. I apologize very much. I'm sorry. Very much. I'm sorry.
Ms. Belcher, you on?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I have a breakout room with her? The number that I've been trying to dial has been a disconnected number for some time. I've been trying to contact Miss Jensen actually since last summer.
Breakout room, Paula.
Okay.
Let's try Cunningham again.
Okay.
What time was Johnson scheduled?
We already took care of Johnson.
Well, he's back. Mr. Johnson, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Did we miss something? I thought we were done with you.
Nah, me and the prosecutor went into the breakout room, but
Oh, that's
we're
right.
good. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So what are we doing, Mr. Johnson?
I'm accepting the deal.
Okay. Mr. Cunningham, can you hear me?
Nope, still
Nope.
not.
All right. In that deal, Mr. Johnson was pleading to allow unlicensed driver to operate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can. We're going to mute you until we're ready for you. Stay where you're at. All right. Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township January 17th?
Yes.
At that time, was your license valid?
No.
I'll accept your plea to the added charge, dismiss the original ones. Address on Gilcrest, correct?
Yes.
Phone number 676-0117.
Yes.
Anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of sentence?
No.
Your license is now valid, correct?
Yes.
Fines and costs for you, sir, $400. Can you pay that within 30 days, or would you like me to set you up with a payment plan?
I could play it in 30 days.
You sure?
I
You
just
sounded
wasn't,
hesitant.
I just wasn't expecting $400, but I mean, it's cool.
All right. You're all set.
Can you consider COVID, reduce the fine a little bit?
I can, but didn't.
Will you?
No, you just avoided a speeding ticket with points and a new suspension on your record. $400 is a good deal.
All right.
We do have Mr. Nunley's client back in the waiting room. Did you need a breakout room?
Yes, please.
Okay.
There's no interpreter for this guy, right?
Uh,
I don't see anybody in the waiting room. I don't know if there was ever a request for one.
I'll
We
see
could
if,
probably hook you up with one of those phone interpreters if necessary.
Okay, I'll try to talk to him first and see if we can.
Yeah, just let us know. We can probably hook up one of the phone interpreters.
Okay.
Paul, you want to stick them in a breakout?
That's what I'm doing right now. Let me see.
Royce, what time was Innocent scheduled?
11.
Thank you. Mr. Cunningham, are you with me?
Unmute
Muted.
the phone now. Unmute the phone. Thank you.
Mr. Cunningham, you hear me?
Yes, I can. You hear me?
Yes, I can. I've got a file here from November 23, 2020. The charge is operating with a blood alcohol content of 0.17 or more, which is punishable by up to $1,000 fines plus court costs and up to 1 year. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes.
The prosecutor has made an offer on this file. If you plead guilty to impaired driving, the original charge would be dismissed. Impaired driving is up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs. Do you understand the offer?
Yes.
Are you prepared today to go forward without benefit of an attorney, or would you like to speak to one?
No, we can go forward.
Do you have enough information to make a decision on that offer?
Yeah.
What would you like to do today, sir?
Guilty.
Taking the deal with the prosecutor's offered?
Yes.
Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on that date?
Yes.
And prior to driving, did you consume alcohol?
Yes.
Did you take a breath test or a blood test?
A blood test.
Do you know what the results were?
No, I do not.
Madam Prosecutor, do you have that information?
I do, Your Honor. It was a 0.278.
Thank you. Mr. Cunningham, based on that information, I will accept your plea to the added charge. I will dismiss the original charge. Your address
Appreciate
on
you.
Florence, you're welcome. Your address on Florence, correct?
Yes, it is. 34661. Phone number?
Yeah, what's your phone
Is
number?
that what you said? 313-658-4360.
658-4360.
Correct.
Email address?
DANIELC period. HARRIELCU.
All right, I'm getting a little bit of garbled mess. I've got Daniel C. period HRR, and I lost you. And now you're froze.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. It's Daniel C. period HRR, and then I lost you. All right, Mr. Cunningham, your audio is no good, so you will hear from probation.
Royce,
Miss-
excuse me, Judge, I'm sorry. We have that Abel at Cora judge, the one that was asked to, the one that we couldn't get him to
Who is it?
answer you. He's the Swahili interpreter that Royce is waiting on.
I don't know how we're going to do that if you can't connect.
Heather's going to talk to him and see if he can come back in. She's going to make sure he has the correct number.
All right, Miss Belcher, where are we at?
Yes, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Cassandra Jensen. Ms. Jensen, can you please unmute yourself and state your name? You're muted, ma'am. But Your Honor, I did have an opportunity to meet with my client. She is going to be taking advantage of the prosecutor's offer. She does understand that she's giving up her trial rights. And that offer is
All right.
allowing.
Ms. Jensen,
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
you understand the added charge of allowing licensed driver? You understand the possible penalty for that?
Is that basically driving on a suspended? Is that what that means?
That's the charge we discussed, ma'am. The 0.
Oh, yes.
Misdemeanor.
Yes, ma'am. That's yes. Sir.
Do you understand the possible penalty for that charge? Ms. Jensen, do you understand the possible penalty for that charge?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Did you understand your rights and options after discussing those with Ms. Belcher?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the added charge?
Yes, sir.
Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on August 22nd, 2017?
I did, sir.
And was your license valid or invalid at that point?
Invalid, sir.
I am satisfied with your plea. I'll dismiss both the original charges. Got your address on Poplar, is that right?
Yes, it is, sir.
And I can redeem myself here with an email address.
I don't need one on her.
I'm sorry to let you down.
Miss Jensen, your phone number 307-9656?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else you want me to consider other than the fact that you now have a valid license?
Your Honor, she is in a treatment facility. That has been part
Great.
of the issue why I've been having trouble getting a hold of her. She was actually one of the email cases that Teresa first started sending out. So
Yep.
she's been my client for a long time.
Yep. Where are you
her-
at, Miss Jensen? Which treatment center?
She's
I'm in
Minnesota at Hazelton. And her
Yes.
drug of choice was cocaine. So she's
Good.
doing well there and hopefully she can maintain her sobriety.
Awesome. Awesome. How much sobriety you got?
4 days, sir.
Oh, you're just getting started, sweets.
I am, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you. Good luck.
I appreciate
I'll tell you what I'll tell you what I'm going to do. How long are you at Hazelton?
I'm thinking 30 to 45 days. I'm not sure yet, sir.
All right. Will they give you a certificate about how much sobriety you've got?
I will definitely ask. I'm sure they will. I'll ask them for
I'll
one
tell you
answer.
what,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna charge you $600 or 30 days sobriety.
Oh, 30 days sobriety. Thank
So
you.
if you get 30 days clean in and they send me a
Yes.
certificate, I'll close your file.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna pay you $600 to stay clean for 30 days.
Thank you so much. I'll
That's a pretty
take
good
it.
deal.
It's an excellent deal, and I'm
Okay.
overjoyed. Thank you
All
very,
right.
very much.
Good luck to you. So just make sure they send me that certificate.
I will do that, and thank you again, sir, very much.
Good luck to you.
You have a great day. Thank you.
You
Good
too.
luck, Ms. Jensen.
Bye.
Your Honor, you can't be making me tear up like this. We've discussed this before.
Hey, that's your problem.
What a softie.
I know, it's because I'm a mom, okay? That's changed me.
I'm in charge of my tear ducts. I'm not responsible for yours.
While I'm thinking of it, Judge, do you want Leanna and I to submit a substitution of counsel for that Cameron Martin?
I'm not worried about it unless Leanna wants one. Miss Jensen, I'm going to kick you out of the meeting. Go get sober. I don't care one way or the other. If Leanna wants one for a file, that's cool.
If we don't need one, then we'll just won't.
I don't
We
think you
need
do.
one. We don't need one.
Judge, I'm bringing Mr. Cunningham back in. Just to see if we can finish him up.
Any idea who Ayla's iPad is?
No, I'm bringing that one in next. Find out. Mr. Cunningham.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, your audio cut out. I'm sending your file to probation. They're going to reach out to you to schedule a pre-sentence interview. I did not get your email address. You cut out, so start over with that.
Okay, HARRIEL Cunningham@gmail.com.
HR
HARRIEL Cunningham@gmail.com. That was after the Daniel C. period.
Got it.
Okay. Could you repeat back to me what the charge was dropped to?
Yeah, drop to impaired.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Condition number 1, you cooperate with probation so we can get you sentenced. Condition number 2, stay out of trouble. Condition 3, do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you got a doctor's script. Got all that?
Yeah.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you violate those terms?
Yes.
Any questions?
I'll be getting a letter in the mail next time I need to come on Zoom.
You're going to hear from probation, correct?
Okay.
You're all set.
Anything else? Okay, appreciate
Just
you.
wait for probation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Trailer, you're muted.
I believe that's Mr. Taylor. I think he spelled it wrong.
You're muted.
Okay,
All right, what's your name?
James Taylor.
Okay, Mr. Taylor, I've got 2 files here with your name on them from July 24, 2020.
Yes, sir.
Civil infraction, drove without due care and caution, and misdemeanor, operated commercial vehicle with BAC of 0.04 or more. Prosecutor has made an offer. If you plead guilty to operating while visibly impaired, which is a non-commercial violation, both the original charges would be dismissed. Impaired is up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs. Do you understand the offer?
I am a commercial driver. Would not lose my license, correct?
I don't know if you will or not.
Okay, I guess I don't.
You want to talk to an attorney?
No. Could you explain the lesser charge one more time for me? I wasn't operating. I was in a parking lot actually, and I was sleeping, so I don't know. But could you please?
You sure you don't want to talk to an attorney?
I mean, I may. What was the offer again?
Impaired driving, which is up to $300 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail.
Impaired driving?
Correct.
But I wasn't driving.
It's operating while visibly impaired. Operating is defined as a lot of things other than driving down the road.
I understand. I understand.
Which is why I'm going to ask you the third time, would you like to speak to an attorney?
Yes, I guess.
Okay, we can make that happen.
Okay.
Miss Belcher, we'll meet you in a breakout room.
Okay. Hello.
Elias iPad, are you there? Sir, what is your name?
I'm John Lacey.
Pardon? Repeat that, please.
John Lacey.
John Lacey. What time were you scheduled, Mr. Lacey?
10:30.
Let me find you. All right, Mr. Lacey, we've got a couple files here with your name on them from August 22nd, 2020. We've got an operating while intoxicated and open intoxicants in a vehicle. Each one of those is punishable by up to $500 fines plus court costs, each one up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that? Mr. Lacey, do you understand that?
Yeah.
The prosecutor has made an offer on this file. If you plead guilty to operating while visibly impaired, both of these original charges will be dismissed. Operating while impaired carries a possible penalty of up to 93 days in jail, up to $300 fines plus court costs. Do you understand the offer?
I'm going to speak to an attorney.
You can. I'm going to mute you. Don't do anything. Don't touch any buttons. Don't go away. As soon as I can, I'll put you in a meeting room with an attorney.
You want me to bring in Rosemary again?
Yeah, see if you can get her connected.
I muted Mr. Innocent because a lot of background.
That's where all that noise was coming from?
Yep. I'm trying to bring her in right now.
Royce, are you ready on Innocent?
We're still waiting on the interpreter. I went to the breakout room with him, and there's this, we can't.
So the interpreter is for some reason not able to come back in. And they thought it was because we kicked him out that he couldn't come back in. I said, we've been doing it all morning and they've all been coming back in.
Right. He's
2 or
trying
3
to join
times.
Ron.
Just so you know, Simpler Construction.
And I really need to know if Mr. Innocent has an immigration attorney, because he's
Right.
that is also. Maybe if I could speak to his immigration attorney, maybe I could, well, I guess I have to be able to talk to him.
Officer Grant, good morning.
Judge Heather would like to talk to you.
Somebody scheduled it as we speak, Charles, so the officers are waiting to come in on that.
Do you know if there's an attorney?
There's no attorney, not that I know of.
Well, they're not gonna have a formal hearing today then. All right. Officer Grant, you coming in on Simply?
Yes, I am. Officer Yono and I are both here.
All right, well, we're waiting for somebody from the company to show up.
Okay,
I'm just gonna mute you. I'm gonna leave you where you're at so I don't forget about you and just mute you.
no problem.
Rosemary McClemens, are you connected? You are not.
Miss Clemens is still not connecting and I've sent her chats.
Yeah, well, we're done with her. We'll reschedule her. Maybe in the meantime, she can meet a 12-year-old and figure out Zoom. Do we have any more information on that interpreter, Paula?
Nope. He's still trying to sign in or come in. I don't think he knows, and I'm not trying to be rude, please, but I don't think he knows how to get in, because even when we had him in earlier, he didn't know to turn around and talk to us.
Right, right. He's obviously not Zoom experienced. Does Heather have a number for the agency or something?
Let me find out.
Somebody's got to be able to get a hold of the guy.
Ay, makakil ah, sanga.
Well, see if the agency can get him on Zoom, because we can't keep waiting. It's 11:30. She might suggest that the agency teach their people how to Zoom, given the fact that the courts aren't live.
Heather's going to call the agency again and find out what's going on. I'm bringing the Swahili interpreter in. However, he's not connected.
You don't happen to speak Swahili, do you, Paula?
I speak a lot of it, but not. Yeah, he's in the waiting room. I brought him in, but he won't connect.
Gotcha.
The audio.
Is Leanna still in here?
Okay, I'm going to chat and send him a chat to tell him to swipe to the left to bring it in. But okay, honey, thank you. Heather's also got the agency on, who's going to call him and try to give him some kind of direction.
I just called Simply Construction. The guy said he had no idea he had a court hearing today. I said we'd mail him another notice. He's got a different address, so that's why he wasn't getting the notices. I also told him he had to have an attorney involved. So we'll reschedule.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry, Officer Grant.
Judge, we do have the Swahili interpreter on, however, he's not connected.
Right.
Heather is working with the agency right now to get him on.
Yeah. All right. Officer Grant, did you hear that? All right, you're muted.
Yes, I did. I heard it. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're still muted.
Oh.
Oh, I got my volume off. I had my volume off to make that phone call.
Yes, I
All
understood.
right, sorry about that. All right, you got that?
I did.
I checked. He's got a different address now, so I put that in the file. So hopefully he'll get the notice. And I did tell him he had to have an attorney involved.
Okay, I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, officer.
Have a great day.
We have Mr. Adekora, who is connected.
No, he's not. His
He's-
device is connected. He's not connected.
Yeah, he's. I'm asking him to unmute right now.
Are you okay?
Mr. Adekora, are you there? Mr. Adekora? Okay, I'm done. Tell Heather to get a different company and scratch that company off the list.
Okay, he connected, but he kept sitting there and ignoring the judge. So judge said he's done with that guy. We got to get another one and get another company, I guess.
You're live.
Rosemarie McLennan. All right, are we ready on Taylor?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready. Leanna Buster on behalf of James Taylor. Mr. Taylor, can you please state your name?
James Taylor, I'm sorry, it's Stormin here.
As to the arraignment, waive formal reading, stand mute. Your Honor, we are going to be requesting a return pre-trial date. I did explain to him the current charges and the offer. Ms. Foley Carter does know that we are going to be submitting a deviation request due to my client being a truck driver. Your Honor, is it possible to mute Mr. Innocent? It's getting a lot of feedback.
I keep muting him, but he keeps unmuting himself.
Thank you.
All right, so did I hear that you want an adjournment? Is that what I was getting?
That is correct, Your Honor. We are going to be submitting a deviation request.
All right, how about the 27th at 9:10?
That's perfect, Your Honor.
All right, you got all that, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, the 27th of,
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, May.
oh, okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, sir.
We had a little confusion with you today because your name came in as James Trailer.
I see that, I'm
So
sorry.
just try to catch that next time. It's hard to find the file when the names don't match.
Understand.
All right, we'll see you in May.
Your Honor, real briefly, for bond conditions, my client does live in Alabama. He is.
I'm not even setting a bond on him.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure he was allowed to leave the state without getting in any trouble.
Yeah. No problem. All right, you're all set, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Heather is going to request that the lady that usually does the Swahili interpretation, that she does it. However, we are going to have to reschedule. We do have Mr. Adekora back in the waiting room.
No, we don't.
Okay.
I can't remove him quick enough.
Okay. So if we can reschedule, and
Yep.
it looks like we lost Mr. Innocent along the way too.
That's because I removed him too, because he wouldn't stay muted.
Okay.
We had Mr. Lacy at one point. Did we not get him back?
He's right there, Judge.
Oh, there he is. All right. Did Mr. Lacy, did you want to talk to an attorney? Unmute yourself.
Dear, are you hear me now?
Yes. Do you want to speak to an attorney?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Belcher, operating while intoxicated and open intox, the plea is impaired.
Got it.
So are we just rescheduling Innocent? Am I?
We are. You are. Correct.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you.
When do you want to reschedule it to?
I don't care. Let Paul or let Heather figure that out.
Okay. Okay, I'll get with Heather on that. Okay, we have Mr. Innocent back in the waiting room as
Just keep
well.
kicking them out. Hey, Caitlin, have you had any dealings with that Simply Construction guy?
We were never able to contact them. We scheduled it for multiple pre-hearings.
Yeah, really bad attitude on the phone.
Oh, good.
So hopefully he does what I tell him and gets an attorney involved.
Yeah, we're gonna try to pre-try it if I can get the address from the court.
We now have Miss McClemens.
Yeah, Heather can probably help you out with that after she gets the files.
Thank you, Judge.
Miss McClemens, are you connected?
Yes, I am.
All right, I've got a file here from November 17, 2020. The charge is violation of parental responsibility. That is a misdemeanor, carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand that, ma'am?
I understand that, but I'm pleading not guilty.
That's fine. You want to set it for trial then?
Sure.
All right, you have a right, this is a criminal matter, so you can set it for a bench trial or you can set it for a jury trial. Do you understand the difference?
No, I don't.
All right, with a jury trial, that's weird, got an echo. All right, with a jury trial, that means the judge will still make the decisions, the factual decisions, or excuse me, the legal decisions, and the jury would make the legal decisions. With a bench trial, the judge makes all the decisions. So for example, if the decision that had to be made was, I don't know, was somebody out after curfew and curfew was at 10 o'clock, that's a factual decision. If the decision is whether or not that person is subject to curfew, that's a legal decision. You follow me?
Yes, but could I talk to my lawyer to see which
Do you have a
option
lawyer?
would be the best? I have one I can contact to represent
Okay,
me.
well, if the lawyer is going to represent you, you certainly want to talk to that person before you make a decision, and that person needs to file an appearance to let us know that he or she is your attorney. So I will adjourn this till May 13th at 9:10 to let you do that.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Can you tell me that again?
Sure, when you're ready.
I'm ready.
May 13, 9:10.
And what were the options again that I have to ask my attorney?
Just
bench?
you have to decide what kind of trial you want. Your attorney will know what the options are. Bench trial or jury trial?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
And Caitlin, that's it. The rest are bench warrants, except Mr. Lacy, who's in the breakout.
Excellent. Thank you, Judge.
That was a big docket.
It went pretty smooth.
I think so too.
What's that?
She said it went pretty smooth, and I said, honestly, I think so too with the,
Other than the Zoom problems,
yeah.
which is always the case.
Once I figured out where I had to be.
I think it confused a few people.
Good to
Yeah,
know.
not surprising.
Leanna sent her apologies too, because she tried to sign into your Zoom.
Yeah, I'm the one that told Leanna, so now I feel bad.
You know what? It worked out, honey.
It did.
So we don't worry about it. We don't worry about problems that never happened
I appreciate it.
or resolve themselves. There's too many to worry about that don't.
Good.
Oh. I'm just going to ignore Mr. Innocent and let Royce contact his client
Yeah, good luck to Royce.
because I keep kicking him out and he keeps coming back in.
You know what? I don't know how bad his English is. Let's try this. Is that Chad anything we need to deal with?
I didn't get it.
Don't you see all the chat messages I see?
Oh, I see a lot of messages that I sent.
No, there's a chat message highlighted. Oh, something from Thornsberry. We can ignore that. Mr. Innocent, are you connected?
He's not.
Miss Belcher, what are we doing with Lacey?
We're waiving formal reading, standing mute, and then entering into the plea.
All right. Mr. Lacey, you understand the possible penalty for impaired driving?
Yes.
You understand your rights and options, having discussed those with counsel?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the added charge today?
Yes.
Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on August 22nd, 2020?
Yes.
Prior to driving that day, did you consume alcohol?
Yes.
Was there a breath test or blood test?
On a blood test.
Do you know the test results?
Your Honor, I would stipulate that it was 0.107.
Thank you very much. I can accept the plea to the added charge and dismiss both the original charges. Mr. Lacey, I'm going to refer you to our probation department to schedule a pre-sentence interview. They'll also let you know when your sentencing is. Little Mac Avenue, apartment 101, a good address?
Yes, Your Honor.
980-6692, good number?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, here's your chance, Ms. Belcher.
Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Lacey. He is extremely concerned over going to jail on this offense. I did tell him my personal opinion of what Your Honor may potentially do at sentencing. He has no prior drunk driving offenses, and he is just asking Your Honor to allow him to, nope, I'm looking at the wrong file. He has no prior drunk driving, and he does not need to leave the state, Your Honor. Sorry, I thought.
No problem. Mr. Lacey, the only chance you've got of going to jail on this is if you just completely ignore anything I tell you to do.
Okay.
I don't think that's you.
No.
Okay. Ms. Belcher, you have failed to redeem yourself once again because that was your opportunity to share with me his email address.
I do have his email. It's jlacy1523@icloud.com.
jlacy12
1523.
1523 at Gmail. Was there a number? 1523
No,
at Gmail?
it's at iCloud.
iCloud.com.
iCloud. All right. So jlacy1523 at iCloud.com. All right. Mr. Lacey, I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Stay out of trouble. Cooperate with Ms. Belcher and my probation department so we can move this file along. And do not purchase, possess, or consume any mood-altering substance unless you've got a doctor's prescription. That means no alcohol, no marijuana. You understand that?
Yes.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $1,000 if you mess that up?
Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Belcher?
No.
You're all set.
All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, and for further redemption, I guess I should just clarify with the court. It's not just the letter J, it's J-A-Y.
Ah.
J. Lacey.
No, I did not write that, so I will fix that.
Redemption is mine.
Well, sort of. You're headed in that direction. Let's put it that way.
Leanna?
Yes, Paula.
Honey, will you just verify with me everybody that you did today, just to make sure you get credit for all of them real quick?
Yes, ma'am. I have Lacey. I have James Taylor at 1040.
Have a good day, ladies.
Thanks, Judge. Have a good one.
I'm hopping back and forth from page to page, so.
Yep. I have Cassandra Jensen, who was at 950.
Yes, ma'am.
Amanda Burnham, who was at 950.
Hang on, let me make sure. I just want to make sure you get all your credit.
No, I appreciate it. And I do turn in a log to Teresa, so she knows.
Yeah, but we put it in the computer too, so.
Oh, okay. And then Cameron Martin obviously is now going to Royce, but she was mine. She was at 950.
Thank you.
Jeffrey Parker at 10 is mine.
Yeah, you were, let me see. I got you there. Yeah.
Kyle Story was mine at 940. And
Yep.
Randy Miller at 940.
Hang on, honey. Oh, okay. I got it. See it. Yeah.
And then at 9:30, I have Austin Gutierrez.
All right.
I did Nadia Sutton at 9:20.
Gotcha.
And Brian Berry at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, got you there. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that we get it in the computer and make sure you get credit for those MIDCs in there.
I appreciate it. And it's nice too, because then I get the notification for the sentencings and all of that. I think they're going to start sending us, when they mail out to the defendants, the sentencing notice to the attorney of record. So it will be very helpful.
Okay. Sounds good, honey.
All right.
Thank
Ms.
you.
Thank you. I hope you have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.